High school sports are as American as apple pie. And going to a game or meet is a chance to see the stars of tomorrow shine today. But as anybody who's ever attended a high school sporting event in Wisconsin knows, you can't have the stars without the stripes. High schools are currently looking for new officials in almost every sport. Who looks good in stripes? Anybody looking for a way to stay connected to a sport they love. If you like the idea of giving back to your community while earning a few extra bucks, chances are you'd look good in stripes too. We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? Wisconsin needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
I'm Doug Russell. It took over 4 hours, took 12 innings, and had a combined 29 runs, 34 hits, 11 home runs, and 16 ABS challenges. You almost didn't want it to end. Almost.
A 2-strike pitch. Got him! Ball game over. Chad Patrick and the Milwaukee Brewers outlast the A's here in Las Vegas, 15-14 in 12 innings.
Jeff Levering on the call on Brewers TV. Same two teams again tonight from the desert. Robert Gasser will pitch against JT Ginn. First pitch is at 9 o'clock. NBA Finals Game 3 goes to the Spurs. They beat the Knicks 115-111 at Madison Square Garden. New York still up 2-1. In this one, Victor Wembanyama and Jalen Brunson each had 32 points for their respective teams. Game 4 is tomorrow night. The Huddle starts now. I'm Doug Russell on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
Good morning, Wisconsin, and welcome to the Huddle.
I'm all for someone huddling if you have something to say.
It's time to wake up and talk about the teams you love.
Everybody wake up! Everybody wake up!
With the guys you love.
It's just about getting the group together. I need you, you need me today. Let's keep touching each other. Let's make sure we feel each other. Let's make sure we smell each other's breath.
Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
You need 15 or 20 huddles to correlate with the number of cameras. Take the cameras off the field, then there'll be no huddles.
Now gather around because it's time to huddle up.
West left slot, 323 wide stick on one. Ready, Diller, for blitz. If it looks like man coverage, I'll check. I'll go 200 hits. You got to cut and crack. Now cut and crack. Red, right, 18, Bob on one. Ready, cut him and crack.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here and try to run this play in the alley.
We know exactly what we got to do. All right? That's all we got y'all do. Let's go out and kick some tail. All right? 1, 2, 3. Keep doing what you're doing. Get our guys after you and make the play. Be right, all the way outside. Wide, left, fake, 396 bag, D-hand, C-puck. Is that long enough for you?
I want you to be proud of your profession. It's a great profession. Go out there and play this ball game like I know you can play it.
With Drew Olson,
Mythical, legendary figure.
Bill Schmid,
Oh, my God. This man's been out all night.
and Armen Sarian.
Zip. Don't get scared now.
Sanchez, we ready?
Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin is on the air.
Welcome to the Huddle on this Tuesday in the good land. A muggy, overcast Tuesday with a chance of some rain showers. We're not going to let that dampen our spirits. Welcome in, Drew Olson. Bill Schmid back with us, skating at full strength for the first time in a couple of days. And South Beach Sarian is behind the glass, pushing the buttons. That would be Armen.
Sticky and full strength, but goodness gracious, what a night to stay up way later than you plan on doing. We already have some bright eye and bushy tailed listeners in the YouTube comments, and our friend Eddie right away. Morning, boys. How about that Brewers game? Had me staying up drinking way too late last night. I think there were a couple of people, Drew, that thought last call was going to be about 40 minutes earlier, and then whoa, okay, we're staying in for extras. We got more extra innings. That scorecard looks like a boxer's scorecard after that game out there in Vegas last night.
It was a wild one. Brewers prevail in a game that basically just ended.
Pretty much.
Should have just spun the clock and slept during the day and watched it at night, you know, and then rolled in here.
I had to answer the call of nature in the middle of the evening. And I shouldn't have done this. I should know better. I stupidly checked my phone because I'm like, all right, I got to see how the NBA game ended, and I got to see what the Brewers did.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that the Brewers were tied in the ninth inning. Well,
Oh, okay. Then I guess
Fired
I'll
it up.
just-
I guess I'll fire it up.
Yeah.
And then, so I had it on my phone watching, and with the sound down, and ended up watching. And now today, my Aura Ring just said, "Are you kidding?"
Seriously, dude, that's
what
what
are
you
you doing?
decided to do last night.
My Aura Ring that tracks my sleep, and I'm a
It
big
says
fan of
what?
this product. They're not a sponsor, but they should be.
They should be. Yes,
if
no
you're
doubt.
a data nerd, if you like to know what your your exercise habits and sleep habits are, the Aura Ring is a good start. My readiness score today on a scale of 100 is 56. My sleep score on a scale of 100 was 34.
Ooh. Now that sounds a lot more like where my biology scores were at in certain
Total
times
sleep
during
last
college.
night.
Not
Total sleep, 2 hours and 58 minutes.
Oh, brother. That's tough.
REM sleep 42 minutes. Deep sleep 17.
Oh man, it's like you got a
I don't get much
1-year-old.
deep sleep anyway. By
You got
by
like
the
an
rings
appetizer.
metrics.
You got like an appetizer.
But it says
instead of
time
a
in bed
meal.
5 hours and 13 minutes. I was in bed longer than that. I don't know what that.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah, you
Fake
had the heart
news.
racing a little bit too long. Maybe one or
heart rate
two
was
calls to nature.
pretty good.
Fake news,
Heart
maybe.
rate was in the low 50s, but
You should petition like Brendan Sorsby for.
but I had long
injunction.
periods of being awake, and especially after the midnight hour.
Oh yeah, it's going to dock you for that one. It's not going to be.
Right.
Your aura is not
So-
very happy about that kind of aura.
It's not positive, but hey, the Brewers won. I did get to see some history there. A 15-14 game featuring 11 homers. I think we can safely say that it's officially called Las Vegas Ballpark where they're playing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the home of the Las Vegas Aces. They used to be the 51s.
Used to be the Aces. They used to be the 51s. I believe now they are the Aviators.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because they take flight.
That's right, because they take flight, and so does the baseball, because it's
Oh my
basically playing at Hellfair Field.
It is. And
No
that's-
third
third deck, wind gusting out of there and
the
up into the
thin
hills of
desert
Red
air.
Rocks.
You're right, Billy. The Aviators, yeah.
Yeah, the thin desert air. There were 11 homers hit last night. 4 by the Brewers, 7 by the A's. 2 guys hit 2 homers for the A's.
That Nick Kurtz just demolishes baseball.
There were
That's
the
the one we
29
like.
combined runs smashed the season high of 25 set by the Giants back on May 31st. But there was a 17-16 thriller at Coors Field for 33 run combined. But it was a complete joke to me. It's like 11 homers in a game. Now
they were having fun on that place.
on
My
the
goodness
windiest day at
gracious.
Wrigley with the wind blowing out to left, you
right.
don't generally see 11
No,
combined homers.
super
Brewers
rare.
had 18 hits. The A's had 16 hits in their losing effort. Andrew Vaughn had 4 hits.
It makes me wonder if I should be watching Las Vegas Aviators baseball.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
maybe
maybe.
if it's that exciting all the
We-
time.
Oh
you
my
know?
goodness.
Also,
And it felt
had-
like you were playing like the infield looked like so hard, bouncing crazy, like that kind of surface they have at the kids' parks, that just bounce like that fake ground that bounces, like that soft ground. It just looked goofy. Like every time there's Ortiz couldn't find a
I
ball.
was going to say maybe the craziest number is no errors next to the Brewers when
Yeah.
2 balls over to Joey Ortiz. Lane Grindle said last night, that's just wrong. That's an error. That is
All
just
right,
that is
Lane.
just wrong.
Keeping it real.
He was fired up as Drew's called the nature woke him up. Naturally, the calls of the 13-month-old woke me up in the middle of the night, but all of a sudden I woke up with those boys still on the earphone in the middle of the 11th inning for Abner Uribe and whatever that 11th inning. For the biggest slugfest that broke out, that 11th inning was a struggle of strikeouts and a crazy test of will. It's a wild game. Great decision to not play have the ballpark where they're playing it going forward, because you're already into elevation in Las Vegas. You roll even further into the Red Rocks to where they're at. You don't have a third level on that ballpark. I think the corner is 316.
Yeah, you have the dry desert air.
And it's just gonna fly out of there. That was
The dry desert air.
That was batting practice last night. It was wild to watch. Yeah. However, if you enjoy watching balls go a very, very far way, go back and watch the highlights, because people in that
Watch
pool,
the Contreras homer.
the Contreras one, those people in the pool, you're in danger.
Oh,
In Arizona, you're hanging out. You could have a drink with some salt on the rim and feel pretty confident that you're going to have a good time in that pool at the ballpark. You better bring a helmet if you're going into that pool out in Vegas, because you are very much in the launching pad.
It felt like watching the crowd too. They weren't even reacting anymore to like hard hit balls.
They were
it's
asleep.
There's like so many of these. Yeah, they're asleep. Right? They're just not even reacting anymore. They're like, oh, another one. Oh, I think that's gone. And the game tying homer by Heim. Is it Heim? I want to say, or
Jonah Heim.
Heim.
Yeah.
Contreras definitely thought the game was over. Slapping his glove, like, good job.
It was a pop-up.
Take the mask off. We popped him up, and it's like,
Levering's TV call. It was a pop-up.
Up to right.
It's right.
Out of this bandbox, I guess. We're out of here.
So a lot of numbers from last night, but 4 hours, 14 minutes for the time of game. That started 9 o'clock. 9:05, I guess, is the official starting time, because I think that's the time tonight, too.
Yeah, 9:05 tonight and then 8:05 on Wednesday.
4 hours, 14 minutes.
A bunch of Brewers fans there, too.
Yeah, and the teams combined to use 14 pitchers, and they threw 441 pitches, which was the most in the major leagues this season. If you go back to the postseason, the last time we had that many pitches thrown, the 18-inning Game 3 of the World Series, which was 609 pitches.
Wow.
Now, so there will definitely be some potential call-ups
also, I mean, when you're calling 400 and, whatever pitches, 441 pitches, there's going to be some miscues. The teams combined for 16 ABS challenges, which did not help the time of game.
Not in the slightest.
That also was a season high because, and this is the first year they're using it. So the previous record was 12 in a game. So how about that? So 12 was the previous record, also involving the A's when they played the Cardinals on May 14th. Brewers were 5 for 7 on challenges. The A's were 6 for 9. But they lost their second challenge in the bottom of the ninth. And then in extra innings, you get an extra challenge. So, and then they lost one in the 12th.
Yeah, and then they lost one in the 12th.
Last at bat.
And I think the one that Uribe threw in the 11th, there were a couple of ones that were just around the fringes, but you were a little bit nervous to use it. That's a heck of a time to watch a game and see that kind of competitiveness once the game is completely different than what you're playing in a normal game, right? Like you could see with certain players that it's going to count the same as every other game. But again, it's a weekend, it's a midweek series in June. How much is it going to be hard to overcome and put this thing to bed? Baseball players are better than just about every athlete known to man at putting the first night's result behind them and going on to the next one.
Oh yeah.
But when you play that long, that many games, that's like a triple overtime game in the playoffs for hockey, Drew, where it's like, I don't know how that doesn't go to bed with you and wake up with you the next day.
The only thing tougher than playing that is playing and losing that, right? That's the whole thing. You don't want to go through all that and not get the win.
Well, we talked about it yesterday in the context of the Brewers playing at Coors Field with the sweep. And I was telling Armen and our friends here in the audience, what Cirillo told me, and the icon Jeff Cirillo told me when he went from Milwaukee to Colorado, and Brewers played them. We caught up at midseason, and he was saying how he was beat, and he said, "You don't understand. I didn't realize it till I play here every day that every game feels like 3 games.
Yes,
you're up. You can be down 8-0, and then you're up 10-8, and then you're down 15-12. He's like, every game is that emotional 3-hour, and he goes, it is a grind." Mentally much worse than playing in any other stadium to play in Colorado, which I think that's part of the case, that in the altitude, like
for sure,
they don't win. It's hard for them to be, and playing in that ballpark would be ridiculous.
Oh,
like, no. One of the Brewers' best pitchers got torched.
Yeah. I mean, that was the one where you sports radio guy would be like, let's wake up and say, is there a problem with Aaron Ashby? 877-794-1973. No, and Harrison and all these guys rolling through. No, I think that's going to be the desert air. And whenever they rectify and build that new stadium with the roof, it's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah. I mean, Kyle Harrison, 2 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 3 bombs. His ERA ticked up to 2.72.
That's probably the most frustrating part for him.
The first pitch, the highlights will treat you to some of Jeff Levering, some stylings of the Brewers radio network of Lane Grindle and Josh Mauer, and the A's TV call.
That's guy. Thank you, Billy. I'm watching this. This guy, I don't know who
what
he is.
an electric factory.
He is on one. I mean, he's perfect for that town.
That was incredible.
It's like he was auditioning for every casino, everything out there. He's letting you know, when I'm coming to town, I'm crazy out
so
there.
You guys know, I'm here to party. He rips a
nicknames.
Vegas bomb call on the first pitch of the game that Langeliers puts damn near out of the stadium.
He must have had him planned because he had that first one right away, Vegas bomb. He had one lights up the strip. Well, you're 30 minutes away from the strip.
But you can see the lights.
Yeah, you could.
You can see the lights, yes.
The lights are clear in the desert, but it was just hilarious how excited this guy was. He was a hype machine. Now, he might not have expected 15 runs, or I'm sorry, 29 runs combined.
But he kept the energy. I mean, that Nick Kurtz home run in the 10th was still bumping through.
Temperature at first pitch was 87. It's going to be warmer tonight and tomorrow apparently.
Yeah.
And the wind was blowing right to left at 9 miles an hour, which helped. But the attendance was 8,519. Probably as many Brewers fans as A's fans, I would imagine.
I was going to say you could hear throughout the night some "Let's Go Brewers" chants, and I do wonder if there are anybody that that's going to be a tough one to go to bed after. Like you're in Vegas at the game. Yeah. I assume there's actually some that are waking up, probably still deciding that they're going to go to bed right now. We'd love to hear from you if you were at the game last night.
Oh yeah, if you're there live, let us know.
I'd love to hear from somebody who was up watching it, because we have a few people like Joe in Pewaukee texted the program right after the game ended.
Oh yeah, well, and Joe's getting up early for work, so I got a feeling Joe's going to tap in with us at some point.
Joe from Pewaukee said Chad Dogrick, Chad Patrick for pitching the ninth. Absolutely crazy game. Yeah, it was a crazy game, but was it good? Like, is that a good thing to have a joke of a ballpark like that and have a pop-up tie the game in extra innings? Like,
it's cool to me.
I think it's entertaining.
It's entertaining for novelty. Like every game like that would be kind of like,
it'd be draining.
But
you don't want every game to be 4 hours and 14 minutes.
To that being said, like if you like to see action, which a lot of people do, like that was your game. There's no question about it.
All right, more exciting, last night's Brewers A's game or the party animals at Sunday at American Family Field.
Well, this one would be a lot more fun because there were actually baseballs being hit at this
I was going to say the party animals game was more like real baseball. It should have been flipped, shouldn't it? Shouldn't the entertainment spectacle feature 14 homers?
Yeah, they just couldn't make a whole lot of contact. But this is I get it, Drew. I totally do that there's so many that love the great pitchers duel and the excitement, and that is fun. And I totally love a 1-0 game. But I'll admit, I'm a simpleton. I'm fun. I like action. That game does it for me last night. Like I know that it's not the way that they grew up playing the game in the Polo Grounds, where you had to hit the ball 500 feet to dead center to hit one out. But that ball starts popping out of there, and when they start juicing baseballs up, I'm a fan of it. I enjoy it, and I do think there are some more than people would admit that do smile last night and say, like, dang, I kind of wish there were a few more games like that.
Well, yeah, home runs are fun. Watching balls being hit is fun. I wouldn't deny that at all. I mean, every now and then you run into a game like that, and that's what makes baseball exciting, is that there are nights like that where a lot of runs were scored. Drew, 93 World Series, were you covering? That was Phillies Blue Jays.
Not that old.
Well, I was trying to give you some props. I thought maybe
no, I didn't.
I guess you're right. That would have been 33 years ago.
Yeah,
so you would have been like a
close.
young Cub reporter.
Close.
But there was a 15-14 game in that one. Phillies Blue Jays went 15-14 in game 4. So there are nights like that.
In the last 25 years in the major leagues, there have been 2 15-14 final scores.
So it wasn't even a scorigami.
No,
and both were Brewers road wins.
That's awesome.
Because the Brewers on August 17th, 2019 beat the Nationals at Nationals Park 15-14.
Holy cow.
Okay, there you
Welcome
go.
to the nation's
So
capital.
when it comes to 15-14 games, the Brewers dominate.
We're your guy.
They absolutely dominate.
I knew something wild happened because I woke up with you guys talk about checking the score. My group texts were going off. So when they do, it's like you have 49 new texts or something because they're all adding up. And I'm like, wow, something must have happened in this game or the finals.
I was going to say, and they weren't talking about Stephon Castle?
Well, there was a couple, but there was mostly Brewers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll listen to Pat Murphy's presser later, but he did say that it's the craziest major league game he's ever been a part of, and also said we won't be taking batting practice tomorrow.
We won't be taking BP tomorrow. I think we'll be okay. I think you could also know that you're going to walk in and probably make some solid contact.
Kurt Hogue from the Journal-Sentinel was not at the game. Todd Rosiak drew the assignment of going to Vegas. Kurt Hogue tweeted, Major League Baseball should be embarrassed for playing meaningful games in this park in the middle of summer.
They play at the Little League World Series now, didn't they? Or they played in
Dyers and the Dyers.
And they play in
Field of Dreams.
They play in the Field of Dreams. They played a game in Pennsylvania by the Little League World Series in Williamsport.
I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's just a baseball game.
To which someone said, I can't believe people aren't having fun watching this. It's a blast. And Kurt Hogue said, I think the home run derby is entertaining too. Doesn't mean that's how a meaningful big league game should be decided.
Listen,
this whole game felt absurd.
I appreciate Kurt standing on his business, what he feels, but it wasn't. I was more worried about like I want us to find a way to win this thing. It was, if it's 14-10 and you're 1 out away and you start getting nervous, like you lose a game like that, it's going to be, it takes a lot of wind out of your sails. The good thing about it is Kyle Harrison really has his first really bad moment in the major leagues and gives up all those runs, but you can easily excuse it. You could say, "Oh, this is weird
it's an easy one to put to bed and not worry about."
So it's easy to cope with. My copium was right there, ready to go. So same with the Ashby, obviously. Honestly, we won the game. That was the main thing. You don't want to lose a game like that.
Well, the Brewers, this was the first game of like the 6 that they're going to play, right? Because the Rockies
3 here and then 3 against the Rockies.
The Rockies play this
series.
weekend,
Yeah.
and on Sunday the forecast for their afternoon getaway game is 106.
And Colorado's like, you guys think this is a problem? Oh, welcome to our lives.
Yeah. Hey, that's why they're going to have that roof on there in the new ballpark in the old Tropicana site.
Yeah, that 106 is going to be incredible underneath that glass.
Well, this was a problem, I think, for the minor league situation. Teams didn't want to.
Well, it is. And the Brewers had their AAA team at Colorado Springs, and you talked to Tim Gillard and some of the, Woodruff and Burns kind of cut their teeth there.
Peralta, yeah, no doubt.
So Vegas is at 2,000 feet above sea level, which would rank second among active MLB parks. Coors Field, obviously, mile high. 90 degrees, wind blowing out like at about 10 miles an hour. The outfield is larger than most in the MLB to account for the persistent high heat and altitude, but oh my goodness, it measures 340 down the lines, 380 to each gap, 415 to center, and most of the left side is guarded by a 13-foot tall fence.
All right,
guys were crushing it over that.
The most,
said, what's up with that? That's cute.
It's the most prolific hitter environment in the Pacific Coast League, and it's not a major league facility. I just don't think it is. It would be a joke if you play.
Well, that's why they're only playing a week. Yeah,
that's right.
I agree, Billy.
Exactly.
Now, if you're a hitter, though, you're not mad at it. You're like, please put me in the lineup tonight, please.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe I am wrong. I think fans enjoy it. Like, again, you're not going to play a whole season there, no doubt, because nobody would want to go and sign there. But I might figure out how to take a nap if that's going to be the game that we're going to find. Like, if that's going to be the game we're going to get tonight, I'll figure out a way to be staying up for a little bit more of this. And it won't just be because of the Cup final playing out in Vegas as well.
If you're thinking that, that's going to happen, it'll probably be a 1-0 pitch. Pitcher
could be. Right?
Hashtag baseball.
Well, Potawatomi has 12.5 for the over/under today.
So. It was at 11 last night. I think he cashed in the 3rd inning.
Oh yeah, they're pumping that thing up.
Oh, my goodness. We got plenty to get to today. We had a pretty good NBA game. The Spurs got off the mat. The Knicks did not frustrate Wemby. Karl Anthony Towns looked pedestrian.
He ain't giving the ball at all.
And the Knicks are now on the ropes. They might be feeling the pressure a little bit. The series just got interesting.
This is a pressure cooker. What did Tom Hallion once say?
Our ass is in the jackpot.
That's how the New York Knicks are feeling this morning.
It's like the old adage, though. It's like everybody says, a series doesn't start till the home team wins a game.
Yeah, right.
So
he said it the second time in NBA Finals history. All 3 games have been to the road team.
That's right.
Crazy.
My God.
But I'm glad. Well, we'll get to it.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about a new development at American Family Field. We got plenty to unpack today. We're glad you're hanging out with us. Billy is back. We got to talk to him about his weekend adventure.
I can't wait.
At the ballpark. We got plenty to unpack today. You are in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Sailing through a Tuesday in the good land. It's the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin, 920 Milwaukee, 1070 Madison, everywhere on the iHeart app. Drew, Billy, and Armen back with you. Brewers win last night. Well, early this morning.
Yeah, early.
Start's always going to be a late night, but a 4-hour, 14-minute game with
no matter what time zone.
Home run derby and all the pitches and the challenges and the extra innings. But the Brewers prevailed. And now one more win in the desert, and they can claim another series. Which is what it's all about. The Brewers are looking like a wagon right now to win a game like that. I mean, you can make the case they're up 4-2, but this is, like I said, they're playing at Hell-Fair Field. Runs are cheap. Early leads mean nothing. And it's just hang on till the last out, which the Brewers did, thanks to Chad Patrick and Abner Uribe shutting down the A's on the back end of the game.
Dude.
Because I'm not blaming Ashby, though, because that.
No.
Again, the game time, he gave up back-to-back homers.
It could have been outs.
And puked away a 4-run lead, and the homers could have been outs, and it looked like outs.
I don't know that Kurtz one was. that one might have dented a car.
Right. That's true.
But you don't know if you're out of the inning like that. And listen, he's been so good over those last couple of appearances.
Same with Harrison.
I'm not that worried about.
So good that you don't really worry. And Harrison has pitched in that climate before because he was with the Giants in the minors, so it's not that it's new to him, but still, it's just. You just got to kind of sweep that one under the rug and try to survive and advance this ballpark. What a trip, though. I mean, the Brewers did pitch well in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And they hit well. I mean, the Brewers are averaging like 9.5 runs a game in the month of June because they're playing these two bandboxes.
It's an incredible week to get yourself out of the cellar on home runs as a team. Right? Like this is a weekend where you can boost up your numbers a little bit.
Fatten up.
Because before Friday night, they hit the 5 home runs. They had their 2 biggest home run output games, I believe, was a loss against Washington and a loss against the Giants last Thursday. When they hit 4 of them, they still were coming up empty. So you get into the W column and you win it this way. I thought Uribe was masterful to be able to get out of that. And if there's anybody that would live and die on the emotion, you knew it was going to be him, and he rose straight to that occasion. He was waiting to be able to hit that celly after that.
And for all the talk about the Brewers offense, and while they pick and peck, but they don't get enough home runs and power, we know that's an issue. But for all the talk about that, the Brewers are sitting here today. They scored 344 runs. The Dodgers have scored 345, and the Braves have scored 344. So they're right at the mark of the 2 other juggernauts or wagons or whatever you want to say in the National League. Whether or not that presents farther problems down the road when we start to put our sweatshirts on and the fall leaves start to fall, that's one thing. But as you can sit right now, the Brewers are doing their thing. And I would say this, I said it last year for much of the season when the Brewers are playing very well and on their incredible streak, that their biggest weakness was more perception than anything on the field. Is that there's just a lot of people that either don't believe it should continue to happen or will continue to happen, or that maybe they'll go to will it matter in the playoffs, so and so. But right now the Brewers are really cresting a wave, it feels like. And just every time they go out there, you expect them to perform, you expect them to win, and they've been doing it.
Well, if you've listened for any amount of time, one of my favorite theories in sports is regression to the mean. Like you get the highs and the lows, and then there's a midpoint where you expect things to settle, and they generally do. Like take the Reds earlier this year. Like they're winning games and they're feeling good, and it's like they were
living the dream.
They were living the dream for a while, and then it started the regression. And years ago, when the Brewers were looking up at the Cardinals, and the Cardinals had Pujols and La Russa and all those guys, and the Cardinals were like, June, July, the Brewers are scrappy, but I don't think they're built for the long haul.
Yep, just wait.
And they called that. Now, the flip side of that is like Jake Bauers, who's been terrific, hit a homer last night, his 12th. Jake Bauers has 12 homers and 196 at bats.
Dwarfing what he did.
Everybody's like, I got to play him all the time. Andrew Vaughn hit a homer last night. His second in 88 at bats. Now, Andrew Vaughn has showed like last year, again, he's not going to regress. He's going to progress.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to carry you for
how many home runs will Andrew Vaughn have when he's knocking on 200 at bats? Will it be 4 at his current pace, or 5, or will it be close to 10, 11, 12? That's what I look at, is like stuff like that and the trends like that in the game. And can Jake Bauers keep this up? Maybe. He hasn't done it in his career.
No.
But can he, or will he regress back to, where he was, and will he slow down and then Andrew Vaughn picks up, or will they both continue to produce? Because I think Vaughn is going to surge. He's hitting for average. Hasn't had the power yet, but I think he will.
No, and I think, Drew, both of those guys are arguably putting together some of your best at-bats throughout consistently.
Absolutely.
Like Bauer's the best thing that he's done. Yes, the home runs are beautiful, and that's exactly what you want to see from any bat. I mean, his ability to take a walk at any point in the game has forced teams to have to give him a pitch that he's going to hit. And I think that's the secret that the Brewers have been able to unlock with so many of these guys. And you mentioned it with Vaughn. What was the number one thing Murph told him last year? Swing at strikes.
Yeah.
You chase, you're going to go down to AAA again. Yep. And quickly that gets changed. They have enough players who, again, I mean, Jackson Churio is just ripping the cover off the ball. Drew, he hasn't really hit for a ton of power outside of the 2-homer game, right? Like there's a lot more homers in that bat as well.
For sure.
And
as long as his average stays up, he's going to run into some.
It's going to be tough to figure out the mathematics of that outfield, but they're finding different ways to make sure all those guys eat because that top of the order is just carrying them right now.
Well, you mentioned it. There were some dicey scoring decisions, but the Brewers, in addition to pitching, the defense has been good, and the Brewers run the bases as good as anybody because the Yelich scoring on the fielder's choice and his slide and just Yelich, his base running, Rock, it's a drinking game. At what point will Rock talk about how great it is watching Yelich go first to third? Right?
Yes. How much do I love watching it?
Anytime Yelich does it, he will rave about it, and he does it every time. And I love it. And it's worth pointing out.
Mm-hmm.
But the other hidden thing in last night's game, amidst the home run barrage and everything, was that when Bowers got a hit, and Murph pinch ran for him with Blake Perkins.
Huge decision.
And you're like, oh, why is he taking his bat out of the game? Well, then there's a hit, and Perkins scores. A huge run from first base. Was it Terang that got the hit that scored him, or what? I don't remember who.
I think it was Vaughn, actually.
Oh, it was Vaughn. Yeah, it was Vaughn. Yeah, it was Vaughn.
One of his 4 last night.
Yeah. So I don't know that Bauer scores on that play, and that changes the dynamic of the game. So Murph made a move there that people might have, holding their Miller Lite in their hand. Might have
100%.
said, well, what are you doing? Taking that guy. You're taking out Rake Bowers for Perkins? He sucks. Well, Perkins scored a run that ended up being huge in that game.
Yeah,
It's
it
lost
was
in the river of stuff that happened in that game, but that was a big play. And that's one of the things that the Brewers do with their speed.
Mm-hmm. You put so much pressure. And I don't know that we'll get the left fielder to admit it, but you could tell he was quick to try to go and grab that ball out down the corner, Drew. And I think the pressure that Perkins' speed put on him has you bobble it a little bit and it bounces away from you. That's a masterful decision because nobody could have anticipated Perkins is still going to get 2 at-bats in that moment. You think you could finish it right there.
Exactly. And the flip side of that is you watch other teams play and you watch the Brewers, and I don't know, and I think part of it is Yelich and the way he approaches things, because Yelich,
when that's your captain, it's a different
when you have
deal.
the captain, and I said this about Giannis too, when your hardest working guy is your best player, it sets a tone, right? Meanwhile, I was watching a highlight over the weekend of Juan Soto, $750 million man, loafing down on what he thought was an inning grounder to second, and he loafed down. The guy kicks it and still throws him out because he didn't run.
Didn't run hard, yeah.
He didn't run hard, and it's like, there's the difference. There's your big guy loafing and stinging you, costing you a run because there was a guy on third.
Yep.
And he rolled over and got mad and just jogged it and then picked up the pace about 60 feet down
I was
going
to say, a third of the way to go.
That is that's one where, back when I was a kid, you'd go watch Robin Yount and your dad would say, hey, look, see him run that ground ball out.
He's always playing hard.
Always played. He always did, always gave the effort, ran out every ball. And Soto doesn't run it out. It's like, it costs you a run, and it's like he's your best player, and that is,
and that's way too costly. You're 1,000% right.
How do you put a value on that for your whole team to do that? Little stupid stuff like always touching first base, not peeling off, and always touch first base on a ground out, no matter how much you're out by.
Yep.
Run through the bag.
Is it fair, Drew, to say like that stuff is the part of the Brewers recipe that nobody looks? They only look more at the front office and coaches.
I think it absolutely is, and that comes from that starts in the minor league system. It's ingrained.
Totally.
Talk to Tom Flanagan and those guys and all the managers in the minor leagues, but Murph and Council they instilled that. Remember when Murph hooked Frelick for not hustling and stuff like. They send the message. That is the baseline expectation. And in the room, in the clubhouse, guys will hold each other accountable. And so I don't know if the Brewers even have kangaroo court like they used to. Maybe they do. The teams kind of
they probably have to go and buy like
gotten away
slates
from
of
that.
Pokemon cards or something like that.
Kind of gotten away from that, but just like they do the rookie dress up thing. But I don't know if they still do it. But kangaroo court, that was the kind of thing that kangaroo court, you'd get written up for that, for stupid stuff like that, for going to the plate with your, with one flap out, with your back pocket of your pants out,
with your oven mitt in the back pocket.
Or just even with the pocket out, it's like, that's a bad look. You get fined for stupid stuff like that, holding teammates accountable. But that stuff like that is often the difference between winning and losing.
100%,
plays like that in a game, and that plays like that are part of the reason the Brewers come back and win games when they're down 5-2, because they take every at bat. The drag 'em mentality
for every single
it permeates.
Yep, it totally does, and it starts at the top. You don't always need your best player to be your best leader. Sure as hell helps,
really
right?
helps.
Like it sure helps.
It does, yeah.
And
you need your best player to produce.
You need your best player to produce and be that guy. And you talk about the long line of it. I think my favorite is when Counts gets the job 16. He gets the managerial job in 16. One of his first statements at the press conference was, Greg, how are you going to fix this stuff? How are you going to get this team back to the playoffs for the first time since 2011? We're going to be better teammates. And I think that's exactly it. It's not just, your buddy fell down after going and chasing down a fly ball. No, it's grinding through every single at bat to then try to move the line for the next guy and take every opportunity to get better, because then you know that you're pushing somebody else around you. Like that's an intrinsic motivation that only those guys can articulate how much it goes through the locker room, but you can't say that it doesn't. Like it's hard to quantify, but it's easy to feel.
Yelich will talk about it. Like there's a standard here, and like that we expect to win, and and that's winning baseball. And that's not everybody plays that. Like not everybody, guy on second, nobody out. Like I'm going to drive this guy in. I want to get to 100 RBI this year. I'm going to drive this guy in. No, hit it to the other way.
Hit it to the other way and go.
Let the next guy drive him in. It's hard to get teams to play that way.
Hearing Ted Simmons in I can't remember, did we have John Morosi, I want to say, had
the Pope. I like John.
Dude, he did a podcast with Ted Simmons, and he talked about that when he came over to the Brewers, and he's like, I'm looking at in that great Ted Simmons voice, right? He's like, I'm talking to Yount, Molitor, we're playing ABC baseball. You're not going for your RBI. We're gonna win the game. And that stuff happens, and it is real.
Yeah,
he might have said some of that too in the documentary.
Yeah, just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah.
Also had a lot of good parts about
Yoda.
about thinking the game out and stuff. He had a lot of great parts.
Dude, he was a genius.
Really quick, really seen it. Really quick, guys, you talking about Andrew Vaughn. He might not have the big homer numbers yet, but in 96 plate appearances, 9 doubles. So his slugging percentage is still very high, 957.
Yeah.
Obviously, his
that's why I think it'll correct.
Yeah. There's going to be some sort of normalization. He doesn't have the at-bats yet, but the question is, where will he settle? And he's had a really good start in terms of those numbers this year. Even if he doesn't hit a lot of homers, we said this about Churio too. The hits and the slugging has still been there. So
Vaughn can have an 8-homer month. I have
very quickly.
No doubt about that.
Yep.
And if it happens, it'll be great.
But Drew, right now he's a JV baseball coach's dream. Don't be popping the ball up.
Gap to gap,
line drives. Come on.
That's how we play.
Let's split that ball in half.
On this launch angle.
I don't want to hear any of that.
I go back. Doug Melvin always said, home runs are great. I really like doubles. Doubles keep rallies going. Doubles put guys on base and make traffic and put pressure on pitchers.
Well, Overbay personified that. He did a double all the time.
50 doubles.
We're a doubles team. That's what Ned Yo said once.
Absolutely. If you're a
okay,
doubles
let's
team.
get some then.
So, yeah, the Brewers are rolling. I mean, look at this. Look at the record. 41-23.
Unbelievable.
It's their fastest ever to 40 wins.
I feel like it just happened. Like we woke up and it happened in a few weeks. Like,
but it's a lot of it is because of the way they pitch and the way they run the base. The little things add up the little things end up being big.
They just believe they're going to win now.
And just don't take it for granted. Like Yelich scoring on that play with a great jump. The way he runs the bases, the best base runner on the team. I think he's not the fastest guy, but I think he's the best base runner
by far. And somebody finally scored on the contact play.
Yeah,
that's the one. That's one of those where I don't know that it actually ever works unless Christian Yelich is running the base. He's able to get that kind of slide in, and then it works.
Given the all the analytics and the guys with the slide rules and the calculators and stuff and the Excel spreadsheets, I think it still mathematically is favorable because teams still do it. Otherwise, they would have
every time, Drew.
They would have pulled the plug on it. So I think it still works more than you think, but you just notice it more when it doesn't work.
Oh my God, it's like when well, let's be honest, it's going to be like a Kyle Harrison blip on the radar and Aaron Ashby. You're going to remember this one even more than however many shutout performances he had over 6 innings, because it's just the outliers you remember more.
No doubt. All right, we're off and running. It's a buy or sell Tuesday. We'll be doing some of that. Oh, there's a lot of fodder for this. Oh, my goodness. Billy's got some stories from the golf outing. We're Butchie. We're for Children's Wisconsin, which is a great time. Fantastic. Shout out to our buddy Brian Butch,
there yesterday,
raising some cash for a great cause. We're going to still talk about the NBA. Where is that series now? There's some conspiracy theories, based on the free throw numbers in the late in the game.
Yeah, Mike Brown wasn't happy. Maybe you guys should have played better.
Yeah, Mike Brown likes that theory.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, okay, well, now they're going to have a longer series, and Wemby can still be the face of the league for a while. So we'll talk about that. We'll get into the weeds on that
inventory
as well. We're glad you're hanging out with us. It's the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. We're huddled up on a Tuesday. Club's going up on a Tuesday. How about that? They used to play that song all the time in the Brewers clubhouse after Tuesday night games.
It's just a banger.
Repeat.
This song makes you feel good. I don't care who you are. It really does.
That was the morning practice at Carroll University, Harvard of Waukesha County. We would just play Club going up on a Tuesday at 5 a.m. because you had to get something to get you onto the practice field, Drew, by 5:45. We wore that son of a gun out. We listened to a lot of Drake in that locker room. A lot of Drake in college. None more, I think, than that song. Because it always did fire you up on a Tuesday. Just gives you that little bit of a boost. And knowing that you're probably taking a PIO day after that and probably not going to class, it made it even better.
For sure. Taking your thoughts on the Brewers' 15-14 victory. Was it a debacle? Was it awesome? Most people who are listening to us right now weren't awake for the end.
They'll check in during the 7 o'clock hour.
Yeah, that's when the stragglers will be there. But I did happen to see the end of the game, which was, I don't know that I'll repeat that tonight. But I just was having
well, if you can time that out pretty well, that's not bad.
I have an issue sleeping last night. I might be in bed by 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Dude, I was tossing and turning and sweating like no other. It was hot and muggy. It's a different beast once we get to the summertime.
Might have to do the Donovan Jorgensen air conditioning.
Might need that.
100%, dude.
It's gonna be muggy again. You're right.
They are the heroes this week.
That is
for sure.
And yeah, man, that's a number one thing. I need one of those like sleep regulated, temperature regulated mattresses, like the new wave of mattresses. Keep your body down in the 60s. Now, I heard this might sound antithetical, but on a hot night before you go to bed, take a hot shower or a hot bath.
What?
You know how it makes your skin, it makes your skin like red, and it creates all that heat in your the vascular system, the vessels and stuff. And then when you get out, you immediately start to cool, and your body temperature starts dropping, so that when you hit the rack, your body temperature is dropping, and that's a sign to help you go to sleep.
You beautiful genius.
Holy
cow.
I saw that on TikTok at 3 in the morning. I saw it on TikTok.
That's reverse thinking.
See?
Reverse thinking on TikTok at 3 in the
Well,
morning.
it was a sleep scientist saying, to take a warm bath. And the guy was saying, like, he was saying
that's pretty decent.
He also said,
because you're hot when you come
he
out
also
of the
advocated
pool.
sleeping with like socks or gloves on, like to keep I don't know what, like I want to be cool. I want to be cold.
No, I ain't doing that. No, he's out for that one.
Yeah.
I will side with him. I have done the sock sleeping every once in a while.
I do.
I can go in phases. Because one, I got big ugly feet. Like, it's not a bad thing to cover these things up at any point in time.
Only when your heels are cracking and dry, and you slather them up with Vaseline and then put the socks on to avoid getting Vaseline all over.
Vaseline socks always available by the nightstand. Is that what the?
Oh.
Anyway.
Armen.
Well, no, I'm just saying is that I don't have those things hanging around.
Armen buying stock in Lubriderm.
Let's go. One weekend in Miami, and this guy's got all the tricks.
No. But my issue is, I was right there. It's still safe harbor for
Still there.
My issue is my feet are usually cold, but then obviously not in the summer where we get. So might try the warm bath. I saw this article that sororities do the cold sleeping porch.
Don't give people excitement.
No, I'm just saying. I read this article about this. The sororities have a big room with bunk beds that they're kept at like 61 degrees or 60 degrees. Where they all sleep down there. Super dark, super cold. That's where they all sleep.
Are you sure this isn't like a pledge thing?
I thought it was at first, but I guess they were
a dungeon.
Historically,
it puts the lotion in the basket.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like the sorority conversation I think you're believing it might be.
Maybe.
I don't know what you thought I was. I'm saying this was it's a thing with sorority. I don't know. I've never was in Greek life, and apparently this is a thing where it's like a nap room in college athletics store, ADs and stuff, facilities, but they're kept super cold.
Like, AJ Hawk used to have the hyperbaric chamber, and I don't know if that makes you, because it's like the oxygenated thing, but I don't know if
Armen loves the hyperbaric chamber. He is a big fan of people sleeping in the hyperbaric chamber.
I don't know what that means. Okay,
the room should be in the 60s when you're sleeping.
He used to always get into it with Kuhn.
Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah,
sleeping in a hyperbaric chamber. He's trying hard. He's trying to get healthy. He's trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Was it LeBron? Was it about LeBron? Because
I think it was about anybody that we talked about. There were a couple of Packer players that had it in there too. But there's a number of different things that people do to try to give themselves a competitive edge. I'm going to try to get a competitive edge though and get a little bit more sleep tonight. I might try the hot bath.
Yeah, man.
I don't know that I've taken a bath.
Me either. Need a hot tub or something.
Close to a decade.
I'm not taking a bath. I'm not taking a bath.
I don't.
I'm like, what? Like,
why not?
I don't know.
He just said if it's going to help you sleep a little better.
All right.
Come on now.
All right, fine. Maybe I'll try it.
Grab some of Lena's toys and go and have some fun.
Yeah, give me a rubber ducky.
I mean, I got this
All
little
kinds of
octopus that you can throw the rings on. That looks like a fun time in there.
Let's do it.
I don't need a bath bomb. I just need some toys.
Yeah. All right. 877-794-1973. Get ready for some buying or selling because that's what we do on Tuesdays on the program. We got plenty to unpack. You are in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
I'm Doug Russell. Did you stay up late for it?
Ground ball hit towards the middle. Yelich coming home. The throw is offline. Yelich is safe. Terang didn't realize the ball had gotten by. He is at first base, and the Brewers have the lead, 15-14.
Jeff Levering on the call on Brewers TV. It held a wild, deep into the night 12-inning affair that saw 29 runs and 11 home runs. Welcome to the majors, Las Vegas. Brewers win over the Athletics 15-14. Same two teams again tonight. Robert Gasser pitches against JT Ginn. First pitch is at 9 o'clock. NBA Finals Game 3 goes to the Spurs. They beat the Knicks at Madison Square Garden 115-111. New York still up in the series 2-1. And coming up tonight on the ice at 7 o'clock, it's the Hurricanes and the Golden Knights. Stanley Cup Final Game 4. Las Vegas up in the series 2-1. Hour 2 of the Huddle starts now. I'm Doug Russell on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
Good morning, Wisconsin, and welcome to the Huddle.
I'm all for someone huddling if you have something to say.
It's time to wake up and talk about the teams you love.
Everybody wake up! Everybody wake
with the guys you love.
It's just about getting the group together. I need you. You need me today. Let's keep touching each other. Let's make sure we feel each other. Let's make sure we smell each other's breath.
Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
You need 15 or 20 huddles to correlate with the number of cameras. Take the cameras off the field, and there'll be no huddles.
Now gather around because it's time to huddle up.
West left slot, 323 wide stick on one. Ready, Diller for blitz. If it looks like man coverage, I'll check. I'll go 200 get. You got to cut and crack. Now cut and crack. Red right 18 Bob on one. Ready, cut him and crack.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here and try to run this play in the alley.
We got exactly what we got to do. All right? That's all we're going to do. Let's go out and kick some tape. From right, hey, yo. 1, 2, 3. Keep doing what you're doing. Get that play. Sit out guys after and make the play. Be right, all the way outside. Wide, left, fake, 396 bag, D hand, C puck. Is that long enough for you?
I want you to be proud of your profession. It's a great profession. Go out there and play this ball game like I know you can play it.
With Drew Olson,
Mythical, legendary figure.
Bill Schmid,
Oh my God, this man's been out all night.
Armen, Sarian.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Sanchez, we ready?
Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin is on the air.
I just took a bath, Jerry. A bath? No good? It's disgusting. I'm sitting there in a tepid pool of my own filth. All kinds of microscopic parasites and organisms having sex all around me. Well, you used to sit in that hot tub. Jerry, that was superheated water. Nothing could live in that. Chicken? Yeah.
Armen bringing us back, talking about baths, a warm bath before bed, a tradition unlike any other. Welcome into the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. If you missed the first hour conversation, where were you? We're here at 5. No, we understand. You might be just waking up. You might be an insomniac or an early riser and still not be awake during the 5 o'clock hour, which is why we're going to start the 5 o'clock club, a special Huddle within the Huddle.
That's right. Genius.
That's right. Award the people who are with us at the start of the show. Now, I talked to a gentleman at my favorite establishment, the Palapa at St. Paul Fish Market at the Milwaukee Public Market,
spot,
informally known as the Tiki Bar. I talked to a listener, Danny, who said he listens to us every morning. He gets up early, but he listens on YouTube and goes back and starts from the beginning.
Let's go, Danny.
Danny's got to figure it out. So shout out to Danny because he gets up early with us, but he hears the whole show because he likes to time shift it, and you can do that on the stream.
That's the best part
of Facebook, X, and YouTube.
It's the best part of the stream, dude. Being able to go right back to it.
Go back to the beginning.
When people ask, did you talk about this? Yeah, right there. And you'll already be able to hear it. You'll run right into it.
Now, my question is this. If you listen to the whole show, but not at 5 live, are you part of the 5 o'clock club? Because, yes, you are listening to the full show. But if you're listening to it later, I don't want to be exclusionary.
No.
Keeping here already. We just came up with the 5 o'clock
I don't want to gatekeep, but I want to make sure we set the standard now.
But the 5 o'clock club will be for people listening to us live. For the actual sociopaths waiting for the health club doors to open at 5:01.
You got to have a roll call into the comments.
Yeah,
you got to be part of the 5 o'clock club. I'm not saying you got to get into the Hall of Fame.
Steve is up taking pictures of the sunrise, and he's in the 5 o'clock club. He's he's a charter member.
Yes, he
of
is.
the 5 o'clock club. But people who are with us at 5 need their own reward, their own special recognition. People who are here for the whole show. Streaming it, we love you. And there's a lot of people. I mean, you might be a third shift worker that you get off and you listen to the show when you're walking the dog at 4 p.m, whatever.
Driving over to the bar.
Doesn't matter to us. But we're going to create a little 5 o'clock club for folks. It's Buy or Sell Tuesday on the program.
Lounge too.
That's right. 877-794-1973 gets you to NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. Brewers win a thriller, a marathon, a home run fest at a Hellfair Field, Las Vegas, also known as Las Vegas Ballpark. The Knicks are on the ropes now. Can that be? The Knicks losing to the Spurs last evening. Little flat performance in front of the home crowd that was revved up and ready for game 3.
Yeah, outside of in the suites, everybody was fired up. I mean, that is that's a crowd that, Drew, you've seen it for a different time, for a long time. The best players have their best games at Madison Square Garden, and this is the Mike Breen finals, right? Because Mike Breen grew up a Knicks fan. Sure. Everybody was waiting to hear, how does he sound? How is he feeling? Is he a little bit agitated with how this game is going? And instead, you kind of, he's mentioned it on every podcast that he's been on, the Knicks kind of have a home court disadvantage at times because road teams come in and rise to the Garden Lights. And you knew Wemby was going to have something for him. And once again, Spurs found themselves in the same spot they were in the first 2 games, Drew, with a lead in the final 2 minutes.
That's a great point.
With
Billy.
a lead in the final 2 minutes. They're down 2-0 after losing 2 home games, and they've led in the final 2 minutes of both of those games, and they finally get one done last night. I don't know that it completely changes it. I still believe it's going to be Knicks in 6, but it definitely gave me a little bit of different thought there on that home road split. Maybe they like having the 3,000 crazy Knicks fans trying to take over the Frost Bank Center a little bit more than that raucous crowd at MSG.
You feel like an underdog more a little bit when you're on the road, and it gives you that little, it unburdens you a bit. Because you can definitely see where sometimes the home crowd, the excitement, there is pressure on you to fulfill. But that's a great point, Billy, is that, yes, the Knicks went up 2-0 on the road, but the Spurs were in position to be right there and win both of those games. So that's why I still think we've got a lot of series left. And obviously, because the Spurs won last night, that's a big factor. So whether or not the Knicks are on the ropes or not, Drew, is a question.
The Knicks are on the ropes because they haven't lost in a month and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, but isn't that a good sign for them, too? Like, just because they lost one game and they're on the ropes?
Or talk about a regression to the mean would say that you're due for a couple of clunkers. You're due for something.
What doesn't a home team do to win a game here? And if they are, then
the
they're
Knicks
up 3-1.
gave away. The Knicks had some turnovers. Brunson had some turnovers. They had some
uncharacteristic stuff.
Yeah. And Wemby was he was really good. I do love how we're cherry picking the stats though.
Oh, of course. That's what we do. I mean, that's what we all do.
It's what we do. At 22 years and 155 days, Wemby is the second youngest player to record 30 points, 5+ rebounds, and 5+ assists in NBA Finals history. The youngest was Magic Johnson, who was 20 years, 276 days.
So I was thinking when
decent.
Okay, so
only reason Lou Alcindor, at the time, didn't do it is because he played 4 years in college, right?
Yeah, he was the National Player of the Year.
He would have done that too. I mean,
Kareem played 3 years in college because he could only play 3.
Well, yeah, but he stayed. I meant to say he stayed in college.
Yeah.
So he was like a 22-year-old rookie. Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
But so 30 or more, 5 or more rebounds, 5 or more assists. Like we're cherry picking. We're inventing stats.
Right.
I mean, that's a spreadsheet stat.
Yeah, and the stat that I think is even more troublesome is that Karl Anthony Towns only took 10 shots, scored 11 points when he had been the MVP of the series. And man, Jalen Brunson, again, he shoots somewhere in the high 30s, low 40s in shooting percentage. He's in the 30s for the series. And you would have thought if he shot mid 30s on the road and had 52 points in 50 minutes or on 50 shots, that they were losing both of those first 2 games.
Yeah.
He had great fourth quarters. He had great final 4 minutes, but he hadn't been great there. When De'Aaron Fox is dribbling that ball around and decides to pull up for that 15-foot jumper, it's like, thank you. You were the 2-time clutch player of the year in freaking Sacramento.
Right, it's a good point.
And instead, we're just going to defer and deflect and not try to go take one of those shots. It was the shot he should have taken in game 2, and they should have taken one earlier in game 2 to be able to give themselves a chance at a tip back or at least another possession or a foul. You're in a 1-possession game. Try and save yourself and give yourself another chance because Mitch Johnson's saving the timeouts.
He's got it.
Mitch Johnson's saving those timeouts. He loves taking timeouts into overtime.
I want to use him on the bus. That's what
I am sitting there quiet screaming because, we can't wake up the baby.
Oh, yeah.
Laying in bed. Wife's knocked out. She's been asleep for about 45 minutes. Call a time out.
Right. Get the momentum
time out. Slow it down. Even the last possession, now it works out for him, but they're going to let him play. Drew, as the guy on the court, do you prefer that? Or are you like me saying, hey, why don't we maybe... I don't know. Crazy idea here. Coach, why don't we draw up a play here? Why don't we calm everything down? And then go try to execute and go and score and be able to put the 4-point lead up in front instead of just run it down and then hope it works out with Fox. Luckily, it did last night for him.
I think he's hurt still, De'Aaron Fox. I know he's a lot better than this. I think he's hurt. But hey, they're doing defensively what they did with SGA a bit with Brunson. They put him in jail a little bit.
Now, though, the dynamic has changed. Now, obviously, game 4 must see. And there's a lot of people looking at the free throw discrepancy in the second half. Some of the contact with Wemby on Brunson, there's some flagrant.
Tossed him to the turf the one time.
Pretty flagrant non-calls.
Yeah, no doubt.
But Billy, there's a guy online, Brandon Anderson.
Whenever we start with
from the Action Network.
From the Action Network. Yep. Love that dude.
The guy who put the Bucks bet going into last night. He bet Spurs in 6.
Yep.
At plus 1,600.
One down, 3 to go.
Oh, baby. Because that's what the Bucks did. But the Bucks lost the 2 on the road and came back. And so we were like, well, that's a mitigating factor. They're probably not going to, but who knows?
Well,
the Knicks may win by 30 tomorrow night.
Very much so. But Armen.
Yes.
How many times have you watched the 93 finals?
I watched it a lot, Billy, and that's a great one.
And watches it because it's the only one in which somebody has actually been able to win a game after losing those 3, because then Phoenix went and won game 3, correct? After losing the first 2 at home.
Game 3 and then won game 5 to send it back to Phoenix, and we're very close, obviously, to winning game 6 and 7.
I don't know that Wemby is going to have a better take that off the windows.
Yeah, than Charles.
Like Charles did at that point.
Wemby's French. He prefers to draw and do art in the park.
But I would like Chuck to maybe do that.
Yeah.
I would have liked Chuck last night to be able to drop that. Or maybe it's after game 5. If the Spurs get the win there in San Antonio, a little different feel. Better take that off the windows.
Yeah.
There's no celebrating now. That went 6, correct, though?
That went 6, and very close to going 7. And the thing is, the tenor of that series changed in terms of the emotion, in terms of the momentum, when the Suns played a different style. And I wonder would a game like this or another win do the same for the Spurs heading back. Now, that was a 2-3-2 format, so it's different.
Very different. Very
different.
It's
a different situation, but it is an interesting scenario and an interesting comparison point, Billy, that you bring up.
A coin flip has a 1 in 16 chance of coming up heads 4 times in a row. That's plus 1,500.
Yeah, but look at that probability. 4
So
times
about the
4.
same odds.
Yeah, about the same odds. Holy cow.
Yep. You're looking for that, catching that straight. But that was an interesting bet I saw. It's like, ooh, that guy's,
Hey, dude.
And to make some big cash.
And he's been on a couple of genius ones. Now, he did have a Sam Merrill threes ladder in game 1 and hit in game 5. I will only hold that over him for a little bit. But he's one of the top NBA writers. Big Vikings fan. Don't follow him, Armen. You wouldn't like it.
Why take somebody else? I don't know. I just made that up.
But there's something to the numbers pointing to the Spurs were bound to get one of these. And also, as the series goes longer, you would say, all right, sweet. Knicks, a lot more rested. They swept through most of the Eastern Conference Finals. First hardcore adversity the Knicks have felt in a month and a half. Outside of being down big in game 1 against the Cavs, this is the first time that they've actually gotten punched. And if Armen, you're playing a different style, is having Steph Castle take the ball to the cup, that's where I struggle with the free throw deal. San Antonio was the more aggressive team all night.
Yep.
Right. And I feel like the officials will generally.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to aid to the team that's more aggressive.
That's
San Antonio went to the cup all night long. And Steph Castle was phenomenal. Dylan Harper's the amazing rookie. But when you got all these guys under the age of 25 filling it up in that first half, I wonder if the series goes longer, who that favors. You would think, Drew, it would favor the team that's more rested. I think it's the younger team that's had to grind through a number of these series and just won a game 7 on the road in OKC. If anybody's going to be able to make this thing a little bit more exciting, I think it's that crazy young duo. First duo, 22 or younger, Drew, for Stephon Castle and Victor Wembanyama to each score 20 points in an NBA Finals game. So we got to find more of those stats. We're going to have a lot more of those Optia stat graphics coming up here today.
Well, especially
to celebrate those.
Yeah, with the youth of that team as well. And it also feels like old hat at this point for any losing coach in this playoffs to complain about the officials, because that just seems to be the way it goes. I get it. You're trying to get a leverage, get an edge any way you can to put that down the mind, maybe of the officials for game 4 to try and get your team an edge. So you have to say something, but it just seems like we've been hearing that a lot Here's audio of Mike Brown after the game last night complaining.
Opportunities for fouls to be called to at least try to even the free throws out. Now, we didn't play good. San Antonio played great. We could have played better. There were a lot of things that we didn't do that we did in game 1 and game 2. But to go 24 free throw attempts in a second half, that's 48 for the game if you think about it the way that they called that second half.
That is how the math works.
Compared to 8. All the shots we took, we got fouled 4 times, roughly, for 8 free throw attempts. Again, I don't complain much. I never thought I'd see that in an NBA Finals game.
Well, he did a great job with the math, as you said, Billy.
Never thought I'd see that in an NBA game.
A little exaggerated, but if you bring up the point,
I love the pauses for
Those
dramatic
pressers,
effect.
I think it happens in every finals at some point in a presser.
time.
Like the coach is like, "How are we? We're not going to the line enough."
But every playoffs, and listen, I did the same thing when the Bucks and the Sixers were playing in 0-1, and we were all talking about that, and was it a conspiracy? And the free throws were like double for the Sixers. Deep down, we all knew, but the Bucks are a jump shooting team. Like that, so that's part of the problem. So you can want the goal of officials is not to even out the free throws every game. That doesn't mean you did a good job officiating if everyone gets the same. You have to call what you see, and whether or not you thought some of the calls were bad or good last night. Just using that argument is a little thin to me. You know?
But I do wonder if it puts some and you talk about who the pressure is on game 4. It's squarely and clearly on the Knicks. But I do wonder if it puts a little bit of pressure on the officials. Yeah. Right? Like, generally you can lean in a little bit, Drew, and maybe a couple more of those get called. But the thing is, I think Adam Silver is watching this series and salivating. They love this physicality when it gets to the playoffs this way.
And the Knicks and their surge and 1973 and the whole thing, the celebrities and the juice. And the commissioner's office is in New York. They're in the thick of it.
They're smiling at all of this.
They're seeing the blue and orange everywhere they go.
They love this.
But they also love that Wemby can be the face of the league. And what's better for business for the league than Wemby to be if Wemby is like King Kong against the city of New York?
Yeah.
Right? And so make him the villain. New York always has to have a foil. Tom Brady, Pedro Martinez,
that's a good one.
Sidney Crosby, Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller. They got to have an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
They got to have, that's the fuel. They got to have somebody that pisses them off, right? And if it's Wemby for the league, a guy who's 22 and he's going to be around for about 15
ain't going
years,
anywhere.
Let's go. That's pretty sweet.
They're happy about that one. The NBA office, there's a small market deal, and 1,000% we fall into it, and I will at some point definitely question that they don't want you to win. The NBA does not care who wins. They do care that there's a game 6 or a game 7. They desperately want some more games in this thing. And last night was perfect for it. Drew, though, Wemby said, I'm still not Trae Young in the villain category.
That's what,
brother. I think you're a little up bigger than Trae Young.
Brought that up. I was laughing because that was a first round series. This is the finals, and this is like it's only one win. But if he derails this joy train that they've been riding, then he's going to be the villain.
So do the tickets go up for tomorrow night?
Got to, right?
Did the prices go up for tomorrow night? It looked like they went down from what I saw.
I can't see how they could go up because it's not a clinch game, like the potential.
I guess that's a good point.
Ryan Glass-Steagall had a great tweet a couple of days ago. He said, if you are a Knicks fan and you are or if you are just strictly an investor, you buy game 6 tickets right now.
Right now.
And people are clowning them. They're like, oh, yeah, I'll take out a second mortgage to be able to buy this pair of $12,000 seats in the lower level. But if the Spurs win one more game,
sure, it's
and
obvious.
It is Knicks up 3-2, and that's a clinch game at the Garden, you're going to be making a fat stack of coin. Everybody was hating on and lamenting those that paid the big prices last night. Maybe I'm just a glass half full guy. Maybe I just looked too optimistically at the cash that was made. Yeah. All I could think of is those folks sitting back in their seats in those beautiful recliners in their 1,800, well, let's say 800 square foot apartment there in New York.
Thank you for correcting that.
With a nice recliner sitting here saying, wait a second, how much money did I make for this game? and I get to shut the TV off and I don't have to take the subway back and get into a brawl on the way home.
Yeah, and have to wait.
All right, I'm going to bed.
And buy the beers and wait through metal detectors and buy the beers. But you know what? You have to have a good amount of overhead to be able to make that investment. And if you can afford that, just to say, I'm going to buy these now and then recoup my money, if you're investing like that, yeah, you're probably not living check to check. Although, you know what? Yeah, Game 6 prices are going to go crazy if that happens. Yeah, that's a pretty good bet, I'd say.
This portion of the program has been brought to you by Game Day Men's Health. I visited there yesterday, the Brookfield office. Check them out online, GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Peptide therapy is all the rage when it comes to weight loss and muscle building and maximizing everything. And they're experts in that emerging field, as well as testosterone replacement. They can help you with a lot of different things. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Find your nearest clinic. Sign up for the free no-obligation consult. Do it today. Seize the day. Seize the summer. Seize, the opportunity to improve yourself. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com. When we come back, he was playing golf yesterday as well. Dolph is going to join us, and because I'm going to serve up some batting practice fastballs to you guys. We'll play a little buy or sell with Scott Dolphin.
Oh, I got a couple of good ones.
That is coming up next in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Back on the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin, 920 Milwaukee, 1070 Madison, worldwide on the iHeartRadio app, streaming live, Facebook, X, and YouTube. It's halftime of our program. We're halfway through the Tuesday edition. We welcome our halftime correspondent, Scott Dolphin from FM 106, the country station down the hall. Dolph, on Tuesdays, we do this thing called buy or sell, and we've been chirping about both the Brewers' wild game last night, a 15-14 victory, and the NBA Finals. But we figured it'd be good to have Dolph in for a little buy or sell. You up for it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Buy or sell that if you were in Vegas tonight, the better game to attend would be the Stanley Cup final and not Brewers A's round 2.
I'm buying that all day long.
Bye.
You're a Brewers fan, but still.
But yeah, I mean, you know, is that a minor league park they're playing in Vegas as well? It is. Okay.
No, it's Hellfair Field.
Yeah, basically.
Basically, yeah. We found that out last night.
11 homers.
Looking more like Williamsport.
Right. Yeah. Right. Carolina's up against it, right? This is must win tonight,
dude. And if I'm telling you, you want to go to a place that does game night entertainment right, it's the Las Vegas Golden Knights. The Vegas Golden Knights game night entertainment is different level. They are going to bring it tonight, and all of those games have been unreal. I mean, the NBA Finals games have been good. They've been really compelling and tight late. They've had some ridiculous comebacks in this thing. 4-0, 2-0. You don't know what you're going to see in that game.
Yeah, that last game was just insane. Yeah, all the way, going hockey all the way.
And the more important one, Drew, is you're so much closer to the casino. So much easier to get to the casino after that Golden
You're not
Knights
out in
game.
the burbs and the sticks.
I don't have to take an $80 Uber to get back to the Aria. I just got to walk one
you
flip
just walk
over.
across the plaza there to Park MGM or New York, whatever you prefer.
Not going at Park MGM. You can't smoke in there. It doesn't give you that ambiance.
Oh, yeah, you gotta have the burning eyes.
Correct, Dolph. I gotta have to throw that thing into the laundry bag right when I get back to the room.
Yeah, I prefer not having a shower as soon as I walk back to the room, but that's just me.
That's just you.
That's where Billy and I are different.
Yes. Buying or selling that. Billy was off yesterday, and we didn't talk about it much. The Micah Parsons news with his brother weighing in on the medicals yesterday on the X. That was kind of.
I missed Terrence.
Terrence was telling people that more like week 8. We've been saying week 5, week 5, and he's eligible to practice. After week 3 under the new rules. That we may be buckled up for a longer Micah Parsons recovery than we thought.
So
Mags got into it with him.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, and I would buy that. I would buy that pretty cleanly for a couple of reasons. One, if indeed, and I don't think Micah just says something out of pocket and out of left field, when he says it's 9 months no football, that means 9 months not getting into a stance, right? So that would still put him on a timeline of week 3, right? Like as to when he could first even start doing some football activities to then get back onto the practice field. He's going to need at least 3 to 4 weeks to build up there. That's looking already like week 7 or 8. And, I know it would be awesome to have him there come run out of the tunnel against Jerry Jones's Dallas Cowboys in week number 6. But he says that about the playoffs. I think they've had some pretty open and honest conversations about it. So I'm actually wondering if the over-under date, Dolph, is more like November.
What was the comment he made last week when he said, kind of referring to the Packers? They have a way about going about these things, right? Don't they have kind of a standard? I don't know if it's official or unofficial when it comes to an injury like
so
this.
That was, he said they have a strict 9 months no football rule if it's an ACL plus.
Okay.
Right. So his was ACL and meniscus, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And I believe the meniscus had to get cleaned up. Potentially, maybe even again. So that's continuing to back this thing up. Probably the shot clock's almost more on Thanksgiving, if it's anything, right? Like you might be looking post Thanksgiving instead of just post bye week.
Now you're talking what, week 10?
Terrence said,
boy,
the window with Pup to start the season. At that point, they said 9 months no football. So if 9 no football, he might practice week 3 with a 3-week ramp up. There's going to be it's going to be how he feels. He has to be 100%. I really believe it'll be week 8.
And that sounds right. I mean, like that's still over half of this. That's still half the season that you're playing football games, right? Like I know that it's not playing right away. He tore it the first weekend in December.
Right.
There's a tough part of the timeline, and Christian Watson he didn't play until probably week 7 or 8.
Yeah, 280 days roughly. And Terrence said, I'm telling you, he's not touching the practice field until mid-October. You do the math. Yeah. He most likely won't touch the practice field until week 4 or 5. Fact. Oh boy. So then we thought, he'll be back for the Bears and the Cowboys. No, it might be like the Panthers or that.
I just want to see what he'd do against the Cowboys, I guess. That's what really stings for me. I thought he'd have him on. I mean, he still could play. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to still hold out hope, but I guess it's a little more of a downer there. But, hey, whatever. You have to do what you have to do. I mean, you can't rush him back just for a vibes. It can't be like that. He has to be right to be ready to go.
Yeah, because you're not worried about playing the Cowboys. Like I get it. I understand.
It's a spectacle to see, but
we saw it last year, right? And in all reality, I think it's more of a spectacle when you go back to Dallas than when they come here. And the networks will always want to put that game on TV and put it on prime time. But for him to play, if you're telling me, do I want him to play against the Vikings or the Cowboys more? It's the Vikings 10 out of 10 times, and the Vikings November 15th. If that's the timeline, that might be his second game back. If it's Carolina or New England, he comes back.
Was Christian Watson ACL plus?
Dolph, that's a great question.
I don't remember.
I think it was just ACL. Let me check.
Okay,
for sure.
And he was out how many weeks? The following season.
He was out until the middle of October.
Okay.
Right. I think that Steelers game was his first game back last year, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
He played 11 games, so he missed the first 6.
Okay.
I see torn ACL with additional leg damage, whatever that means. But I mean, I'm sure they got to clean a lot of stuff up when they get in there.
Well, then his would also be right around. He played 10 games last year, so that would still be around 9 months no football. And even though all of training camp, Christian Watson was destroying the rehab group, and we were watching him off to the side saying, "Oh, that guy looks like he can still play. That guy looks like he could play like now." They were as patient as anybody, making sure and keep pulling those sleds with it tied up to your waist, brother, because we got a lot more time.
You can answer, Billy, when it comes to physique, when it comes to load bearing, is there a difference between a wide receiver and a svelte, awesome defensive pass rusher like Micah Parsons? When it comes to recovery time.
Well, I would always say with the soft tissue injuries, you just can't pull fat.
Yeah.
Right. So at least the big offensive lineman, you're going to have a little bit less hamstring problems, I think. You can't pull fat. Some of these muscle bound guys, Dolph, they don't understand the issues that they got.
Right.
I don't know that it would be much different because I think the explosivity is probably pretty close, pretty comparable. When you're talking about these freak show dudes that are 6'4", 255 pounds, like that kind of force that Parsons puts on his joints every single time, it's sadly one of the issues with being that athletic and being that good. So I would think it's harder for the defensive end, but I got to see.
Well, when it comes to catastrophic injuries, I think Adrian Peterson just ruined it for everybody.
Broke everybody's mind.
That's the thing, and everybody's different.
The outlier for sure. And Christian Watson too, maybe. I mean,
he walked back in just as good as he had been, no doubt.
Dolph, are you buying or selling that we are not ready yet because of everything else, all the other distractions for the World Cup getting underway this week, that people are like, that's going to start getting in the news cycle, and the U.S. is going to play, and Mexico, and it's firing up, and it almost seems like it's sneaking up on people.
I don't think it is. I think we're just, as Americans, not as interested as the rest of the world. But I think once it happens, kind of like the Olympics, I think we'll jump right in.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Thursday, the switch is going to flip, and you're going to start seeing games and highlights and excitement and crowds. And then when the U.S. plays on Friday night, it's on.
So I started seeing all these tweets. Did they not play this weekend? I thought they were playing in Chicago this weekend.
That was a warm-up match.
It's kind of friendly.
Yeah, it's a friendly.
Okay, well then I don't know why I was supposed to be so excited about a huge strike from Johnson.
Yeah,
I'm like every single person's tweet. The equalizer was amazing.
Yeah. That was the debate I had with my brother. Like they were all. It was in Chicago, which doesn't host any World Cup games this year, so they get the kickoff match against Germany, and they're excited. They're like, we should go. This is going to be awesome. I'm like, isn't it preseason? I don't get that jacked up for preseason. They're like, no, this is the kickoff match. This is a huge deal. So
this is where
culture of soccer is just different.
1980, the Russians beat the United States at Madison Square Garden like 10-2.
Yeah,
and they took their Challenge Cup trophy
and
paraded it
and
around.
Then the Olympics started, and it was a different trip. It's just like
I'm excited for the World Cup because it's, even though it's not the top sport in America, it's still fun to watch when the novelty and the spectacle is there. Yeah. And I think it'll be fun to watch. And U.S. has a chance to get through the group, I think, and try and make some noise.
Speaking of
104 matches that will be won.
Wow.
That will unfold
through 3 different countries. Speaking of Team USA, they're opening at SoFi, right? Did they get things in order with the union, the workers there, because they were talking about walking out, 5,000 of them walking out, and
I didn't see that.
Are you going to be able to get a beer? Maybe a sandwich,
Oh,
maybe a
one would hope.
$24 sandwich at SoFi Stadium when Team USA is playing.
Yeah, you would hope. I mean,
I'll check
I
that
haven't
out.
heard
I didn't
anything.
see that.
Yeah,
There's
apparently they're
also-
striking.
There's also the FIFA, the Somali referee that was denied entry to the United States. So they're down a referee.
Oh boy,
that's not a great look.
Yeah, that's a tough scene.
Yeah,
they've ordered the strike, so
I'm
we'll see.
I am optimistic for my viewership of the World Cup.
I'll take
I'm
that.
optimistic for how much of the World Cup I will watch. Generally, it is very, very low. However, once it gets to nut crunching time, and I know that there's some real stakes on the line, and we get into the semifinals,
You got to
and
pay
finals,
attention to the
then
US
I'll be able
games,
to see.
right? The
Yeah,
US games.
I'm a bad soccer fan. I find myself, even if it's the Americans playing, I'll record the game. I'll fast forward until I see a goal scored. Then I back it up. Then I watch for 5 minutes.
I love that.
And then I
though.
fast forward again. I'm just not a patient fan when it comes to football. I'm just not. I'm the
beautiful
typical
game.
ugly American where I need scoring, and if I don't get it, although baseball, I do like a no hitter or a one
That's
nothing.
why at least hockey, and it is obviously a truncated version, only 5 on the ice instead of the 11 for soccer. There's just so much more action. There might not be that many goals. There might not be as much scoring, but at least somebody is getting rocked every once in a while, which also adds to the allure.
That's
for
a good
me.
point. What are you saying? Getting rocked on the soccer field is not the same as getting rocked.
Well, it just doesn't look the same.
The rink?
Yeah, I don't see anybody eating a puck like Brett Howden there in the World Cup. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
It
somebody
gets
will
physical.
shatter a nose and bust out the full cage
No,
next
I
game.
think it gets physical. What I've figured out, though, if that's what your main concern is, like the inaction, you got to bet the under. See, once you bet the under, you're invested in nothing
I get that.
happening. And then your heart is beating every time the ball gets close to the goal. I really think that's if you're an investing type. I mean, you just put even a $5 on that
Yeah.
thing. It'll get you going a little bit. But I like the stakes that I know. I know how much it matters to the people in all these countries. I like knowing that many people around the world are that invested in it, and it matters to that many people.
It's everything.
So something about that gets me going about it a little bit as well. And it's something to watch in the summer when we don't have anything but baseball. I mean, the finals will be over. It's good timing. So.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything here we can compare it to. I don't know if I don't think we get as passionate about the NFL as fans around the world get passionate about their teams.
I think we care, but I think it shows itself differently. Wouldn't you say, Billy? I think definitely Americans fans care about the NFL just in how much we devote resources of time and money to watching and to consuming, to playing fantasy.
Would it also be more of a united front? Right, like I mean, this is
the national.
It's
right.
difficult to be able to compare just because of the nationalism in it. I think for everybody,
Yeah, that's true. But even with their clubs, I mean, you see Paris a couple weeks ago, they were burning everything down when their team won.
I was just gonna say, with the
Champions League.
PSGs and the Arsenals, to your point, Dolph, they got just as rabid, if not more.
Like I don't think we do that stuff outwardly in the crowd. We're not super united for like 3 hours jumping and chanting and blowing up flares. We don't do that part. But we still care about the NFL as much as anyone else in our own way. It's just we don't show it as the American culture is different.
We're fortunate that we have a lot of sports to go on, major
more elite
sports that are worldwide, like basketball.
Well, and I think for what you just kind of described, Armen, we probably look more at that towards college football.
That's
a good point.
That's what we do, right? So we do it in the student sections are closer.
Sure.
Stuff
That's
like
a good
that.
point.
But I guess when we get old, we get too cool for that stuff.
That's true.
I wish we didn't, though. I wish we'd stay excited about it all the way.
Well, that's why you're here.
I'm in my 40s and I still want to be in the student section to cheer. All right, not for that weird stuff you're talking about.
Well, Dolph, speaking of student athletes, what the buy or sell guys that the Brendan Sorsby judgment in Lubbock, Texas yesterday.
Oh my God.
What are we doing?
Is as brutal as every
Totally brutal.
commissioner has made it sound like. Oh my goodness.
Just another black guy for college sports. I mean, you just can't do that. That's ridiculous.
I would love to have been a fly on the wall in that judge's room. Hold on. Playing for the Red Raiders?
So
yeah.
Exempt.
That's what exempt. Yeah.
Exempt.
There's
Are
no
there
others.
local, but the thing is, for the NCAA, it is such a rudderless ship that there's just nothing that they have
He's
any
still going to
backbone
miss
to be
the
able to
first
do.
2 games, though, right? But
Against
it's not-
Abilene Christian and Oregon State. But actually, Drew, I don't know that he for sure will. That's what Texas Tech said. You know what? We will impose a 2-game suspension. All right.
Well, and that was
We will impose the 2-game
That's
suspension.
what his legal team suggested was a 2-game suspension.
Which I still don't even know that he'll actually end up getting.
A friend of mine called it He said college sports ended today. We're going to let a judge in Lubbock decide that Sorsby's eligible,
Brutal.
probably like while waving the Red Raiders pennant.
He bet on his own team 40 times.
40 times.
It's a joke. I don't know. I'm sorry.
But
college
went to
football,
rehab
they operate in their own self-interest in college football more than any other sport, right?
Iowa State. This happened at Iowa and Iowa State a couple of years ago. They self-reported, and the kids never played another game, never played another down.
It only hurts your own sport if the integrity is questioned. I'm sorry, and that's the way I look at it. It's only going to hurt your own sport in the long run. So
there's only there's only a reason why $1 billion television rights come towards athletics. Because people watch the game and firmly and fully believe that it is on the up and up.
They believe it's
once that is somewhat compromised,
it's true.
The $1 billion rights deals will definitely go away rather quickly.
College football, college basketball, for that matter. It's going to be interesting to see where it is 10 years from now.
But let's also not act like this is the only time this happens. Because 4 months ago, a judge in Oxford, Mississippi said, "Wait a second, Trinidad Chambliss is the one that's here trying to get another exempt.
And
local governments are going to rule this college sports landscape. The more and more you're going to see. Why would you not go and sign 4 NBA players and then bring it to your local judge?
Yeah. Matt Hayes in the USA Today has a solution for this whole thing.
Let me hear it.
He said that, so you want this guy to be eligible and play Texas Tech? Great. You're now ineligible for the college football playoff.
That would be the answer. Yeah, that would be the answer.
You can play him.
Boom.
But you're not eligible
but you'll
for the
be
playoff.
ineligible for the playoff.
Let's
It
see.
hurts.
And then there you go.
See.
Declare him ineligible. Texas Tech is ineligible. You want to play him? Great.
Right back to the Lubbock Circuit Court.
Yeah.
Exempt.
It's a never-end vicious cycle.
It is going to be a beautiful, beautiful next 100 days before this kid suits up, dude.
It's not as far-fetched as you think.
Not at all.
They might say that they might, they can say, all right, you're not eligible, but play him all you want. Good luck.
Good luck. And then it all comes into how much money is committed and how much money has already been spent or, invested.
They know how to spend a little money down there at Texas Tech.
They got a lot of it too.
And that's the thing. A
lot of it too.
That's where the separation, like the NCAA isn't penalizing him. College football playoff, the CFP is.
CFP would.
So they can say that they're a different entity.
That's
and
fair.
We're banning him.
You know what's weird is this? We're not talking Big 10 or SEC here. This is a Big 12 school.
It's
Big
pretty
12
wild, isn't it?
Yes. Nebraska said, we're not playing them.
Right.
I love that memo that the AD sent out. If you got a game against Texas Tech, you're canceling it now. If you have any problems, call Troy. Troy will figure it out.
The only problem in this is when you get into the legalities, the CFP is a separate entity, but there are university presidents on its board.
Oh,
so
sure.
it's like commingled. And it's like, well, you're compromised there.
Yeah.
There will be lawyers.
There'll be a lot of them. You know what, though? There's only one thing I know about the legal system. I don't know much. It takes a long ass time.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So this kid's going to be done playing college football in 7 months. I bet the under on the legal system figuring it out in 7 months. So I would be anticipating Brendan Sorsby's taking snaps.
Does he have a chance in the league?
Dolphin, he had a good year. He was going to be a top 5 pick.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like he was going to be. He was first round almost guaranteed coming up in this year's draft.
Wow.
Now you don't know if he can be a 4th or 5th round supplemental guy, but crazy story.
Crazy.
That we're only just scratching the surface of there.
Crazy. Glad we got to hit it around today. Dolph, thanks for popping in.
Thanks, boys.
It's halftime of the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. We mentioned Donovan Jorgensen because it's getting to be air conditioning season around here, and they're the best when it comes to that. DonovanJorgensen.com, employee owned for 40 years. The experts. Check them out at DonovanJorgensen.com. Who's hot? Who's not? Billy, who you got?
Well, I don't know how you can't put Jackson Churio or Andrew Vaughn in the hot category, but in all reality, was every offensive player yesterday hot outside of a couple guys, Drew, that got the old Tom Haudricourt Poor Devil Award. In the not category, 0 for 6 with 3 Ks would be our friend Hunter Baumgart's favorite, Garrett Mitchell, yesterday.
Oof. And he had just been hitting so well, too.
Along with on the A's side, as they were the only 2 starters in the game to both play the entire game last night and show up hitless, Garrett Mitchell and Brent Rooker from the Athletics. Now, Rooker, good player, big-time player. Yeah. Bad year. He's under 700 OPS. But both came up yesterday. Both walked away with 3 Ks, no hits on, I mean, the day everyone got an orange slice and a multi-hit game. Instead, they both come up with the overs. They'll find themselves in the not category for that one, even though it was a battle out there, man. They were fighting. They were playing hard. They were trying. Scrapping also in the not category for the first time in a long time. Maybe, hopefully, the only time that we have to put him in here. Kyle Harrison will be in the non-category with 2 and a third. 8 hits.
Hey,
8 runs. All earned. Should they all have been earned, Drew? Would the official scorer, Drew Olson, have changed that up?
Those might be revisited. He might be lobbying. He might be putting in an appeal.
I heard, and I just started laughing as I'm listening to Lane Grindles. I'm trying to fall asleep last night, and he just goes, well, that's wrong. That's wrong. They overturned the one that was an error initially, and then they moved it back. He goes, I got a feeling they're going to appeal. They appeal everything nowadays. It's hard to even keep track of it. Now I've heard this a little bit before.
Yeah,
but it's a lot easier for these guys to appeal than ruling now, isn't it?
App. Yeah, they can do it through an app.
It used to
their
be
agent can do it, the pitching coach can do it, or the player can do it, and
So there's 3 different people that can get in there. A lot of guys can have there. Now this is
a little bit like the ABS.
Is it a little different though than when they used to be calling up to the scores desk saying, "Hey, what the hell happened here?"
They would call angry calls from the dugout. Brewers had a third base coach, Tim Foley, that would call and light up the official score during the game.
That's wild. That's the wildest.
How can you
part
score that an error? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Now
we have exit velos and we have all the other stuff to consider. So
you know a little bit more of it. That's
you know who else is hot these days? The Badgers recruiting in-state players.
Come on now, another one as the Badgers flip a kid going to NDSU. Where would you rather play? Sorry about it. Where would you rather play? Wisconsin. Grab another big offensive lineman, 270, Jack Tabbert. That boy from Pewaukee is going to be phenomenal for the Badgers. Yeah. A lot of big boys in here and a lot of southeastern Wisconsin boys too. The 2 young men from Sussex playing offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
One from Pewaukee coming in playing offensive line. We got a lot of big boys. Our
5
boy Isaac Miller
among the 10 in-state guys, and 4 of them from the Milwaukee area.
And our guy Isaac Miller, Iron Jock friend.
No doubt.
He's going in there as well. So
kudos. All right, we are shooting shirts are off. We got a full lather going, and we got more buying and selling to do, and some more awards to hand out. Stick around. It's the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
I'm Doug Russell. It took over 4 hours, took 12 innings, and had a combined 29 runs, 34 hits, 11 home runs, and 16 ABS challenges. You almost didn't want it to end. Almost.
The 2-strike pitch. Got him! Ball game over. Chad Patrick and the Milwaukee Brewers outlast the A's here in Las Vegas, 15-14 in 12 innings.
Jeff Levering on the call on Brewers TV. Same two teams again tonight from the desert. Robert Gasser will pitch against JT Ginn. First pitch is at 9 o'clock. NBA Finals Game 3 goes to the Spurs. They beat the Knicks 115-111 at Madison Square Garden. New York still up 2-1. In this one, Victor Wembanyama and Jalen Brunson each had 32 points for their respective teams. Game 4 is tomorrow night. The final hour of the Huddle starts now. I'm Doug Russell on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
Good morning, Wisconsin, and welcome to the Huddle.
I'm all for someone huddling if you have something to say.
It's time to wake up and talk about the teams you love.
Everybody wake up! Everybody wake
With the guys you love.
It's just about getting the group together. I need you, you need me today. Let's keep touching each other. Let's make sure we feel each other. Let's make sure we smell each other's breath.
Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
You need 15 or 20 huddles to correlate with the number of cameras. Take the cameras off the field, and there'll be no huddles.
Now gather around because it's time to huddle up.
West left slot, 323 wide stick on one. Ready, Diller for blitz. If it looks like man coverage, I'll check. I'll go 200 jet. You got to cut and crack. Now cut and crack. Red right 18 bob on one. Ready, cut him and crack.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here and try to run this play in the alley.
We know exactly what we got to do. All right? That's all we're going to board down to. Let's go out and kick the tape. All right? Hey, 1, 2, 3. Keep doing what you're doing. Sit our guys after and make the play. Be right all the way outside. Wide, left, fake, 396 bag, D-hand, deep puck. Is that long enough for you?
I want you to be proud of your profession. It's a great profession. Go out there and play this ball game like I know you can play it.
With Drew Olson,
Mythical, legendary figure.
Bill Schmid,
Oh, my God. This man's been out all night.
and Armen Sarian.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Sanchez, we ready?
Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin is on the air.
Tuesday edition of the Huddle, rolling along from headquarters. Drew Wilson, Bill Schmid, and Armen Sarian. The band is back together.
I love this show, great to be back?
No bachelor parties, no golf outings
man.
today. I think we're good for the rest of the week.
Billy, I didn't get a chance to tell you this, all right? You weren't on the show yesterday. One of the guys at the bachelor party I met, one of my cousin's buddies, runs a bird photography website. Let's go.
Holy cow.
It was an electric few minutes.
So while
to him.
all the other guys were wondering where the adult ballet was, you were just wondering where the scrapbook was of the
Telling you,
bird. To
this
see?
guy was spotting birds by their call. Oh, yeah, that's the blue-breasted warbler or whatever it was. You know, he knew everything. I was
Different
like,
blue-breasted one.
yeah,
than we
you
were
know, I'm
thinking
out
to
of
get
my
at a bachelor
depth.
party.
I couldn't forget to tell you that. So sorry I hijacked the first few
No,
minutes here.
I'm glad you did, and I'm glad that you forgot that you told me yesterday while I was on the show.
Oh, yeah, I guess I did, didn't I, when you called?
That's when you know it was a good one.
Yeah.
That's when you know it was a
Right.
good story, when it
Right.
went right over the head of Armen to be able to bring it up. So I am glad though, and I know you guys
Great
probably
job.
got the full exploits yesterday, so I
Yeah.
apologize for those that heard it. What was it as good of a time as you were anticipating? Did the
Really
rompers
was.
hit with the young group still, or
It really was, Billy. Yeah, I mean, they like the goofy shirts and
they
stuff
liked
like
your
that.
bananas shirt?
Young guys, absolutely. But let me tell you something. So I don't know if I told you this as well. I might have just told Drew. I think you'll be happy to know that no matter what, it's alive and well. LeBron versus Jordan. I told you that, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, I couldn't remember. Sorry. I sometimes can't remember. We talk a lot on here, so I can't remember what I
Well,
talked about.
Drew, a wise soul once told me we need more institutional knowledge to do this radio job.
There you
So
go.
like there's got to be
you
some
gotta have it.
deep knowledge that you have to be able to
Not with
run
our,
this
yeah.
for
You
3
can't
hours.
fake it with our listeners. They know the real from the fake. You need institutional knowledge, right? So
Gotta
we
have
have
it.
a lot of that.
And we got a lot of real ones on the talking text line, 877-794-1973. If you did miss earlier today, we instituted the 5 o'clock club.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
The 5 o'clock club has been brought in. Now, Jeffrey in Milwaukee is saying, fellas, I do listen to you guys every morning on YouTube so I can hear all 3 hours. Whether I'm at the gym in the morning or up early for work, I'll join you live at 5. Keep up the great work, fellas. There we
Thanks.
go, Jeff. So he's going to be a part of the new he is a part of the 5 a.m. club. We do have folks like Tommy and Stallis wondering if he is now member number 1 because he was the first one to message in. I think we're going to have to set some parameters here, Drew. Now, I don't know the bookkeeping and if folks remember there's certain D-list numbers and everything, but was that a certain day that you had to call in to start getting a number?
From day one.
From day one?
We started it. Yeah,
so now tomorrow, I think we're going to have to start up.
I think we start tomorrow.
Officially the 5 o'clock club, and you'll get your number into the club.
As soon as you get your text or your notification and say, hey, I'm so-and-so from wherever, and you're in the 5 o'clock hour, you will get a number, and it will go in chronological order. So if you want to be number 1, but listen, as soon as I turn this thing live, you got to text at 5. I'm not taking text from 2 a.m. on the text line because that's a little bit. That's
unless
cheating.
the Brewers are playing deep into the night like they did last night.
Well, let me just say this: we'll take your text at any time.
We
My
will.
point is to be in line for the 5 o'clock club. I need that call. I need that text at 5.
Yeah, we get a timestamp.
Yeah, we get a timestamp.
So we know.
There is the workaround because thanks to the stream or the podcast, you can go back and listen to the whole show at any time, and we encourage you to do so.
You should.
But we got to reward the people that are with us, the sociopaths, insomniacs, and early risers that are up at 5 a.m. It's a special club. It's going to be
you might get Blazers one day.
Special for you. Yeah,
you might
It
get
is
Blazers.
it's an exclusive spot, just like the D-list was at the time.
Exactly.
I wanted to get that D-list number so bad when I was a pear-shaped
All you had to
kid,
do was call.
throwing that baseball against
and
the
we
net.
would have let you pick your number too, because there were some people would get a number and then they'd never call back, and then some people like, I wore number 65 in high school. Can I have 65? Yeah, take it.
Yeah, sure, take it.
Yeah.
I called the one time, and again, pear-shaped youth at the time.
Oh yeah,
my voice was about as up there in the clouds as you possibly could. And I remember the guy may have been the mayor. And he goes, "Yeah, no, appreciate it, bud."
Wow, our producer blew you off.
He'd be like, "Yeah, appreciate it, bud." But I was coming in with a really, really bad Coco Cordero take, if I remember correctly.
That's all right. You gotta have a take.
There was going to be some really, really bad takes on, Nelson Cruz, trade, and him going to the Rangers. Probably going to ruin our entire
If you ripped K-Rod, Needles would have taken you out for lunch. Because he hated K-Rod
right there.
He hated K-Rod with the fire of 1,000 suns.
Yeah, that is true. I remember him talking about it. I don't remember when you guys started, but I'm pretty sure I called up at least twice, got on hold, and got nervous and hung up.
Oh, I love it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get in early on one of those, and I was real fired up and called in and probably gave a great. We get this all the time in radio. They want to talk to the producer, but save it for the air. Save it for the air. I clearly didn't save it for the air, and then when I realized I was on hold and it could any minute happen,
you emptied your.
I'll be honest with you, I chickened out and I hung up at least twice. So I had my chance, to be honest, my own fault. I'm glad I worked through those fears eventually, and
we're very glad you did. And you worked through all of them right now. Then there's no stopping.
It's just therapy.
I am interested in the Venn diagram. If you're listening to us now and you were awake for the end of that Brewers game that encompassed 12 innings, 11 homers, 34 hits, 29 runs, and 14 pitchers, along with 16 challenges of the ABS system.
That's unreal.
Hit us up, 877-794-1970. You can be your own special club because the Venn diagram, and it's instructive for us because the Brewers game ended very late, like we mentioned. If it started at 9, it ended after 1 a.m. here.
Yeah, well after
1 a.m. because it was a 4-hour and 14-minute game. But when the Packers play a night game on a weeknight, Billy and I are patrolling the airwaves on Packers OT until 1 a.m.
Talk about it.
We're trying to find a workaround is for us to not have to be on the air at 5 a.m. after signing off at 1.
Thank you. And also for allowing folks that would not be able to hear certain exploits of the beautiful Packers OT that we put together the night before. Wouldn't you prefer to be able to hear some of that when you wake up live at 5 with the 5 a.m.
That's
club?
what we're thinking about. But that just shows you because, there are
that is instructive. You're right.
A couple of our friends, Tim Allen, Dom Catronio, they were holding down. Well, Tim Allen's in Vegas, right?
Timmy went out to just party,
so he's
rip it up.
So
and
someone was holding down, but I know Dom was
Yes.
doing the insomnia, and Dom was angrily tweeting last night. What a joke the ballpark was.
So mad
because Dom, his side hustle is a caddy at Aaron Hills, and he's on the bag in a couple hours.
He's pulling a couple here today,
and he's going to be slamming some Red Bulls.
All right, we did get at Deadman96 TV. It's a banger of a name, by the way, on the YouTube comments. And he was up till the end of the game and got up at 6. So that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Not 5 o'clock, but that's pretty good.
The 5 o'clock club is tough
Yeah.
when there isn't a Brewers game.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be tough for one like last night. I think that's that's reflective in some of these.
Randy and
stats.
Dallas just hit us with the numerology.
All
The
right,
Brewers played a 4 hour and 14-minute game, 4-1-4 on 6:08.
There's always the numerology guys out there. that
We
always see
did
something in
miss.
the cosmos.
That's a
Let's
huge
go,
miss on
Randy.
our part to not recognize Madison yesterday with the 6:08 because it just slipped past me. Because I don't know what day it is, and
Well, that's the thing.
and it was a Monday, and
Well, in 608 days, a big one. I'm excited for 920 day. We'll celebrate all of them.
920, but we celebrate Madison every day.
We celebrate Madison every day. Also, 715 is coming up sooner, right? I mean,
Yeah,
so we can celebrate even the Hodags coming up next
Well,
month.
why wouldn't we? I love
You
those
have
folks
to
up
be
there. That's
celebrating the
Hunter's
Hodags.
old stomping grounds.
And shout out to
Ryan Lander and
Shout out to
Tomahawk.
your man Pat Timlin for being able to throw out that this weekend on Big 12 Sports Saturday. Talked about the best logos in all of Wisconsin sports history, Drew.
Yeah.
We talk about some Packers logos. We talk about the Brewers ball and glove logo, and that's hard to beat. It's recognized nationally. It's recognized worldwide. People recognize that and know it's the Milwaukee Brewers, know it's one of the best ones. They don't know that it was created by the fans for the fans and then brought back because fans demanded it.
About that, let's go.
But I think Timlin won it when he brought up the Hodag as the number one logo in all of
That's a
sports
good one.
in Wisconsin. That's a tough one to beat. So we're celebrating all of them throughout. We'll have a good celebration this summer.
Joe in Pewaukee said I was up fighting back the Puffco rips by trying to stay awake. I don't know what that means. Does anybody know what that? Is that something you would know, Billy? I don't know what's going on. I'm just asking.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
I'm just asking.
HappyPlaceHemp.com promo code HUDDLE gets you 25%
go.
off and free shipping
Yes.
every day. Listen, Benjamin
That's all
Franklin
set
was up late last night, and I think that might be something that Joe is talking about potentially. But we thought Joe would be up with us at some point. We knew he had early bird gets the worm. Joe and Pewaukee was going to be getting that worm right away at
That's
7:10.
right.
Yeah, I love
Absolutely.
that.
A lot of days that there's not West Coast Brewer games, Joe might be a part of the 5 a.m.
Okay.
All right. Well, with a thought and a tip of the cap to our smart, good-looking listeners in Madison and the surrounding areas in the 608, we appreciate each and every one of you who are with us every morning. Our current electric superhero of the day can be Michael Johnson, who passed away unexpectedly Sunday. He was the CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County.
Oh,
boy.
And a huge, I had met Michael at some events and stuff over the years, and just a big force.
Mhm.
And, Boys and Girls Clubs, when they ask you to do something, the answer is yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
And for him, he was helming that organization for a while. So our thoughts are with him. So there's a superhero for you, someone who dedicates their life to helping young people.
Amen. And the superheroes that are among us, not only the current electric superheroes, but those that are working with our youth, celebrated this weekend. You talked about the party animals and Banana Ball. One of their deals during the timeout, during the inning breaks, was celebrating the heroes. And Drew, it's not just our men and women that fight for the Stars and Stripes, and we celebrate them as we hit the year 250th anniversary of America, but all of the heroes amongst us, those that work in the Boys and Girls Clubs, firefighters, police officers, and capped it off with school teachers.
I love that.
Because there's nothing more important than working with the youth and bringing them along,
Absolutely.
because they are the future of this country. The future maybe for you would be some solar energy and making your roof work for you, make some money. Go to callcurrent.com. Those superheroes will help you find some ways to put some money back in your pocket and have your house working for you. You work so hard on your house, that thing better give it
I
back
love
every
that.
once in a
Make
while.
sure everything is
Help you out a
working.
little bit.
Yes. Love our friends at Current Electric.
Ooh, 515 in Iowa. I did wake up at 1 a.m., sadly, the nightly occurrence. Looked at my phone. Holy crap, they're still playing, and also caught you boys at starting time live at 5. Yes, I live a sad life. No, I think that's a beautiful life
That's
to
a great
live, Iowa.
life.
Come on now.
It's a beautiful life. That's a great life.
We also that is now 3 texters from Iowa.
I think
515, Marcus, and our friend Brandon.
And I know our friend
There's
Michelle.
got Dolphin fans.
Yes,
That's fair.
That's the Dolphin audience. And I know our friend Michelle in Iowa.
Hey, am I gonna have to start being nicer to Iowa?
She's a mainstay
I don't think
there.
you are.
I don't think so. But she is a regular listener. She's always texting me from Iowa, so we really appreciate that as well, Michelle. Shout out to you.
Maybe I'll
Aaron,
start being nicer to them.
Aaron from Fondy. Now we got the flex season. All the guys are flexing how early they get up. Aaron from Fondy. I get up at 3:30 a.m. every day to be at work at 5 a.m. Listen all 3 hours live. Aaron's on our schedule. Let's go.
Come on, Aaron.
Red Hot Tim Knott, 5 o'clock. That's cute. I call that lunchtime when you wake up at 3 a.m. for work daily. LOL. Let's go.
Let's go, Red Hot Tim Knott.
Just flexing all that stuff. All right. Yeah, you get up early. I hear
David
you.
and Racine, I watched all of the game last night. Not sure why I'm awake now.
Because you wanted to hear us talk about it, because you're excited. I maintain it's the old Larry Bird line. While we're here, we might as well win the damn thing. The Brewers were there late night. We might as well win the thing. And a game like that is more palatable when it ends in a win. If it ends in a loss, you're like, oh no, I wasted all this time for this, Or,
well, that's the thing.
Sleep.
You start doing the fan mathematics in your head of like, wow, think of all the sleep I could have gotten, how much happier I would have been yet tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's a tough one there. Matthew and Franklin hit us up. I was watching till the very end last night. Cortisol was way too high. I didn't fall asleep till 2 a.m. and back up with us at 7 again. Feeling the grind here today from our friend Matthew. And Matthew hasn't checked in with us in a long time. So we're glad that he joined the call here today on the NicolaLaw.com talking text line 877-794-1973.
All right. Are you we're back to the buying and selling. Are you buying or selling that the fact that the Spurs had 20 more free throws in the second half is a factor? And will there be a market correction come tomorrow night in game 4?
So I'll harmonize it a little bit, Drew. I buy that it had something to do with it. Because, I mean, they also made them pay, right? They shot well from the foul line and made a decent amount of them. They made more than the Knicks attempted. I totally get it. And whatever it was, what did Mike Brown say? 20-4, 20-5 discrepancy in that second half?
24-8, I think it was.
It just, again, though, like watching the game, and there's times where I really buy into the officials put their thumbs on the scale, or this game was definitely impacted by the officials. The game was impacted because San Antonio was more aggressive, more physical, and demanded and forced the officials to blow the whistle, right? Like it felt like they put the onus, Drew, on the officials of can't call everything. They definitely weren't going to call everything on Wemby because he was tossing Jalen Brunson around a couple of different times. Maybe that one gets corrected, like the more egregious, potentially flagrant calls maybe get whistled. But I struggle to think game 4 of a finals that's been this compelling, this tight, this fun, that all of a sudden you're going to see the whistle slow things down in game 4.
Yeah, I don't know that there's going to be necessarily more whistles overall. I agree with you, Billy. But I do think the officials are human like anybody else, and refs do get affected by things like criticism, home crowds, even the best ones do. And data support that over the years. But that's less important than what the stuff Billy just said is true. You got to be the team that's attacking. You've got to be more aggressive. What was Karl Anthony Towns, Billy? 0 for 4, whatever it was. He didn't get his shot. If Karl Towns is not getting the ball and making moves to the basket, they're not going to be aggressive to the basket. You're not going to get foul calls. The aggressor were the Spurs last night. They were the more desperate team. It was still only a 4-point game. The Knicks were in this thing most of the game. They had a lead for part of it, but they were the more desperate team down the stretch. They had to be. They go down 3-0 to death now. So listen, series like this are their own living, breathing organisms, right? They'll take on every game can take on a life of its own. Everything can be different from game to game, strategy, chess match, circumstances. We'll see what happens now. I mean, Bridges didn't really shoot well, I don't think. So we'll see what happens.
No, I mean, they had Shamet in the game for him late, and that probably wasn't a good decision because Shamet, Bridges, and Karl Anthony Towns combined to go a raucous 1 for 12 from 3.
This is the one these series. Usually the role players play better at home in the playoffs and the finals and things like that. This has not been the series for that. That's been surprising to me.
One of the things that stands out to me about the series is that you're not tired of if you're a neutral observer, you don't feel disdain for either of these teams. Like if
they're both fairly likable, yeah.
And in the interviews, all the guys seem like engaging and thoughtful. And like Karl Anthony Towns is one of the best interviews in any sport right now. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
Brunson too. They're both really good. Wemby has a little bit of a Giannis quality. He's a little bit of a circus freak because he's 7'3", but he's interesting and European, and he's like the fact when he said that Castle is the most mature player on the team, and Castle's like, well, I don't know, Wemby's in bed at 9:00.
A little bit different deal.
Different deal. I don't know. He might be.
Well, he's a thoughtful guy. He's intelligent.
Then the whole Wemby, we were talking about sleep because of our hours and stuff, and Wemby's like his 10 hours a day minimum. Turns his phone onto airplane mode and puts it down at 9 p.m. so that they can't text him. Like they know not to try to reach him.
Don't
like
worry about it.
The Spurs assistants and communication staff won't try. If it's after 9, you get him tomorrow morning. They travel with the bed extender for him, so he can so he can fit in the hotel bed comfortably. He when he shuts off his phone, he reads for like an hour before he drifts off to sleep, but he tries to sleep 10 hours at a time.
He was sitting on that ridiculous bench in Central Park trying to draw the pictures of the butterflies.
Yeah, he did that.
That's where you realize that life's not very comfortable when you're 7'4", because that looked like me trying to sit on my kid's Lego table chair.
Yes.
That looked rough. But Drew, there's a bunch of young guys that feel like they've all been around here. Dylan Harper, I mean, his obviously dad wins 5 titles. That's going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Mom's also like a super accomplished basketball coach. And there's just a structure to all of these guys that it felt like they were all built to be Spurs. Nobody's super unlikable, except if I see Wemby throw one more of those elbows, maybe he does become a little bit more of the villain, right? Like I'm interested to see if indeed you could get the arc nationally, especially with the folks that are going to be on every single network. I mean, DP is going to come up here at 8:00.
Nah, DP is going to love what he saw last night.
DP
right?
is maybe the biggest Wemby fan I've ever heard.
That's his guy.
Loves Wemby. If indeed he throws one more and gets a flagrant or somehow gets a flagrant 2 at some particular point in time, maybe that does change. But you feel like they're such a young team growing up, and they've learned a lot of lessons. They learned a lot of lessons going and beating a banged up OKC team. And now just the pressure on New York, Drew. Are you buying that it just gets immense at this point? Like game 4, I know I hate to say must win when you're not, backs up against elimination, but damn, it's as close as it can get.
The Knicks the Knicks right now still have home court advantage, basically.
Still have home court advantage? Yeah, no doubt.
If they win, they're in a good position. So it's back to being a wide open series.
So let me give you a buy or sell then. Is the winner of game 4 the winner of the series? I think that might be
that's a good one, right?
I think that might be possible. Let's put it that way.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, I don't.
Not necessarily.
And I don't know, Drew, because
I go back to the Oklahoma City series because the Spurs could look great one night and then very mediocre the next.
100%. And all of a sudden, and I still think we're in for one blowout, right? Like there is going to be one blowout in the series. And I kind of could see it being San Antonio. I could see it tomorrow night, and I could see San Antonio getting blown out. Then I could see San Antonio rolling in, winning game 5. Yeah. And sure, game 6 is still sitting there at the Garden, but I kind of weirdly like the Knicks better on the road than I do at home.
Less pressure.
There's way less pressure. There's way less inflated ego. You're not going to have 19 different. The NBA finally did a simulcast last night. Now, sadly, my wife made me watch the McAfee one instead of Breen for a decent amount of time until she fell asleep. But like you see a different version of that team when they have their 4,000 fans that fly with them. I like San Antonio on the road, and I like the Knicks almost more on the road. So I can't say tomorrow night's the winner of the series because I think there might be a take that off the windows day in game 5, and maybe the Spurs blitz them like we watched the Bucks blitz Indiana in that game 5 a couple of years ago. Now that was first round series, a little bit different. When Pat Bev's doing a too small, that's the role player, Armen, that you're wondering is going to have themselves a big time. Yeah. Nobody's really done it. Keldon Johnson, 6th man of the year. He has been nothing on the stat sheet, but Drew, that super special plus minus stat, he led all players yesterday with a plus 14.
Like that.
That's one of those interesting ones that I don't think a lot of folks remember or think of, but he was physical and he was attacking. And I just would say one thing, Mitch Johnson. This is how you do it. Right hand up, parallel to the ground. The other one goes perpendicular right into it, and you yell timeout.
There you go.
I want to know if he knows how to do it, because I would like them to utilize a couple of those timeouts late. You have them. You can't take them to overtime, Mitch. Worked out last night. I don't know it'll work out going forward.
Love that. Oh, baby, we're just getting rolling here. The 5 o'clockers that are still with us, we're just picking up steam right now.
We got a lot of check-ins here, too. We got a lot of check-ins here, too.
We're loving it. It's the Huddle on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. We are huddled up in the good land. Drew, Billy, and Armen bringing it to you on this Tuesday, Buy or Sell Tuesday. Hit us up 877-794-1973. Gets you into the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. We've unveiling the 5 o'clock club this week for people who join us at 5 a.m. The hardcores, early risers, insomniacs, and sociopaths who are up at 5 a.m., especially when the Brewers are playing late on the West Coast. We appreciate each and every one of our smart, good-looking listeners, but a special shout-out to those people who are with us at 5 a.m.
Big time.
And recognize.
It doesn't mean that we think any differently of those that don't check in during 5, but we just want to give a good little hat tip. The Jeter kid, young Jeter giving the hat tip to his pops as he walks off. We appreciate you being there. We're proud of you being there. What about J Bravo 69 from the 563 in Dubuque, Iowa, checking in? I'm a 5 o'clocker from day one. I'll text you tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. right away. You guys are the best.
Stand up, Iowa, another one. And I love all the 5 a.m. I know they're out there. Because I can see them. But it's great to put the face to it, or the name to it, I should say. On YouTube at Paul Canisa. I should be checking in tomorrow at 5 a.m. to get my number. Paul from Kenosha.
Good call.
All right.
Are you ready for the bookkeeping here, Armen?
Yeah,
tomorrow
I'm
morning
ready to
at 5?
The doc will be ready. I will be writing down at least names.
Oh, you're busting out a doc.
Well, I think I should in this
All
situation.
right, let's go.
I learned my lesson.
Make sure you put it on the show doc.
I don't think it'll fit in that one page. To be honest, I will show doc.
Let's keep that to one page.
Well, no, you're right. I should, Billy. Actually, I should. But gonna
Put some
make
in
sure
the doc.
Everyone gets their name assigned, because I don't want anyone out there coming back later on saying, "Oh, I was here, you didn't have it." No. I'll maintain my scroll back here.
Yep.
I'll maintain my scroll.
Hey, our friends at Iron Jock have a great deal for you. Paulie Hanson's cooked up a Father's Day bundle deal. Go to ironjoc.com. You still have time if you want to order it and get it shipped in time to have Dad to open it on Father's Day, which is coming up rapidly. We'll all be celebrating. A performance t-shirt and low-cut socks for $35, a polo and cap bundle for $65, or the all-new lightweight hoodie and joggers for $100. Father's Day bundles available at ironjoc.com now through June 21st.
Hey, I got my lightweight hoodie. That thing is nice.
Ooh.
Pretty sweet, yeah.
Perfect for my walks. When I get a little, gets
You
a
get a
little
little
gamey,
chilly, yeah.
I get chilly, but
Like
then I get
that.
sweaty. You know how I am.
Yeah.
Because the humidity, the weather changes a little bit. And now I just feel like I'm looking cool out there now, finally. You know what I mean?
And I'm generally the Adam Sandler of the group, right? Like I dress like I'm going to play a pickup basketball game at any particular point in time. Oversized shirt and basketball shorts for majority of the time.
Yeah. Starberries.
Just don't sleep on the t-shirt.
No, it's nice.
Like don't.
It's nice.
It is so
That is
classic. It is old school, but it is perfect. Especially you're going to a Brewers game this year, and you want to throw that sweet jersey on. But you're going to be sweating like a sieve underneath that jersey. You throw cotton underneath there.
No.
The sauna, they're section 234.
You need that sweat layer,
Cool it down with that t-shirt. It's going to be beautiful. And it makes you look a little svelte too, which, as a big guy, you got to be able to line that thing up, Drew, and try to figure out what's a little bit slimming.
That's right. Got the news yesterday. The Brewers are adding a new area to American Family Field, the Truss Club. Not a corporate sponsor. It's a nod to the Truss Club is a nod to the stadium's roof, the trusses.
I thought it was an ode to Lamar Jackson and Mark Ingram. Big truss, woo woo.
So this is going to be.
I got that reference.
For
That's the thing I can't believe. Sorry, Drew.
375 the most desirable seats in the ballpark. The 6 rows. They're adding a row in front of the front row.
Holy cow! Okay, because I got lucky enough to sit in that front row. You are as
They're changing the
action as it can
configuration. They're going to put another row of seats in what is now the warning track, and you're going to be even closer to the action.
Holy cow!
And one of the best things that happened for a front row Amy in some time, because the whole internet was standing up for her yesterday.
Yep.
Like she's the big martyr now. So
this is an all-exclusive gathering space for the season seat holders in the 375 most desirable seats, the Mary Hart, Larry King seats. If you watch down,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
6 rows behind home plates, including 1 row of new seats to be added on what is now the warning track, and the Truss Club will be an all-inclusive area that these people will have access to.
So similar to the BMO Club, if I'm judging this right, Drew, that the Bucks have, right?
Exactly.
Where it's all you can eat, all you can drink.
Wristband, whatever.
Wristband in and out. That one, you get a sweet entrance of watching the players run out onto the court like you get to see. So there's definitely some big-time perks here.
So if you have now these seats, they're changing. They're going to be wider. 23 or 24 inch seats wider from dugout to dugout in the first 6 rows. And then if you have a ticket for one of those seats, you get access to the Trust Club, which is a 20,000 square foot building already under construction on the southwest side of American Family Field. It will open onto the field level concourse of the ballpark. Now, pricing starts at $245 per game, inclusive of everything, a ticket, parking, and food and beverage inside the club and at your seat. There are no membership or initiation fees, but those tickets only available as part of half and full season ticket packages.
Okay.
Now, the Trust Club, the club will open 30 minutes before the gates do. So you get extra, so you have early admission.
Which is a part of it. You have to have, there has to be more in here that I'm going to be able to just
more
bask in on. Not that I
experiences.
need to grab more beers, but I might as well get more beers.
Club will have a central gathering space.
Has to be better.
Yeah, a central gathering space with a long bar, 2 levels of dining areas, and open to 2 outdoor decks, one covered, one uncovered. Upgraded scratch-made cuisine from a dedicated chef. Specialties changing from game to game, and also ballpark staples. There will be occasional guest chefs and specialty food carts, even a sommelier for the wine.
Come on now.
Holy cow. Okay.
Valet parking, a dedicated parking lot, private security screening, private lockers for bag storage, private restrooms, and a meeting room that you can rent.
Well, it's catering obviously toward a lot of companies and businesses, and I saw some criticism about this.
Valet is awesome.
They don't care about the fans. I got to tell everybody right now, there are some fans that can and will want to pay for this experience. You know, maybe we don't have as many as some other metropolitan places and LA, New York, but the Brewers' job is to create revenue streams creatively as many ways as they can. And for all these things, and for a more VIP exclusive experience, some people can and do want to pay for that, and this is now available for them.
Yeah.
So I can't blame the Brewers. Billy, go ahead.
But it's a big old but here.
Okay.
I see a lot of stadiums with these sweet, cool padded seats right behind home plate, and no one ever in them.
Empty. That's the concern, right? You don't want to look like,
Like, I don't want, well, and you just mentioned it. Yankee Stadium was the first one I remember when they put in those sweet little couches right behind home plate.
And you saw the seat
It
backs.
felt like it was always empty.
Yep, you saw the backs of the seats.
They have like padded, cushioned seats, and I'm pretty sure they're sponsored by Lexus because I see mostly the backs of them.
So Lexus got their money's worth.
At Great American Ballpark, and they're always empty. Like, I totally do agree, Armen. There are people that do want this. How many people are going to be able to pony up for what that season ticket holder membership is like?
Mm-hmm.
And sweet businesses can do it.
Right. Who's going to come to the game?
You're going to have to be getting some
All
big
right.
clients, I would be assuming, if that's going to be the pitch.
And
That's a
that's
heck
the
of a
next-
sales
That's
pitch.
the next step. Is how's
According
the
to
market
the
gonna handle it?
the Brewers, the Brewers have scheduled meetings with all the people that currently hold tickets in that area to see if you want to become members of the Trust Club or be moved elsewhere in the ballpark. They will have several weeks to make their decision, and the Brewers will begin extending the offer to season seat holders, corporate partners, and so on.
Bro, Amy knew it was bad when they called me to schedule an in-person meeting. My meeting is Friday, so I don't have all the details yet, but it doesn't look good. Fans are not first in Milwaukee.
Marty Ronsky said, a question that comes up all the time is, how are you going to do this? It's not like you're creating an entirely new space. We're going to do it very carefully in a very special way. We think we have an offering here that will be very interesting, very exciting to fans across the board.
And that part of it for Marty is 1000% right. It's very interesting and very exciting for fans.
I agree.
However, it's very exciting for me to be able to see. I'm not going to be buying a seat in there. However, it's going to be cool to be able to see how it gets adopted if indeed people are buying them up.
If the only is, am I right that I'm reading the only way you can get these is doing the half or full season?
Half or full season.
So I think it's an interesting idea to do as a special occasion, and that some people would be willing to do once or twice. Special anniversary, dad's 50th birthday, one of those things where we're going to do it once. We're going to pay the money for the best seats. We can do all the food, the valet, all that stuff. Feel like a king one time. But I don't know how many people are going to be able to do it if it's the half or full, and that's the issue right here. Because I wonder how many people would like to do it if you're available to buy them as single games, And I think that's going to be an interesting part of how this thing matriculates along.
Yeah, they're gussying up the plaza, which is what they're going to call the area from the left field corner to the right field corner.
Yes, that looks cool.
Kids area, play areas, and kind of like what they're trying to do is create a tailgate experience for people who don't want to bring stuff and tailgate.
Yep. That's a great way of putting it, Drew. Yes.
Kind of what they want to do.
Get here to the ballpark, hang out, have more fun before you go into the stadium, and know that you're in for a long day.
Yeah.
That's a good one to have.
One of the things Marty Ronsky said in the story that I think Adam McCalvey wrote it is that a lot of teams have these areas, these VIP areas, and they're kind of in the bowels. They're underneath, so you walk up to get to the seats, and then you're behind home plate.
Oh, sure, okay.
But
kind of elevated like MSG would be.
Those, but
sure.
It's dark and it's underneath, and you're not enjoying the summer and the sun. And
Right.
They're actually, so this Trust Club area will take advantage of that.
As dumb as it sounds, and maybe as Wisconsin of me, because it's sunny and 70, we're going to try to be outside. They got the uncovered patio. There's going to be a large collection of folks right on that outdoor patio because that's a sweet spot to be able to look out and see all the tailgaters. The valet entrance is pretty phenomenal. Now, I don't know exactly how that valet drop off and go and get your car is going to be and how quickly that is going to potentially happen after the game. That might not be as speedy as you would like it to be expedited out of the game, but they'll work through things like that.
But an all-inclusive package too for food. I mean, I think there's a lot of people. I don't think it's a terrible deal if you could do it for one game. Again, it's this full and season ticket thing but to get those tickets, the all-inclusive food and thing, plus the entrance, plus the area, I don't know. It starts at $240. I mean,
so $1,000 for a 4-pack.
It's a special occasion type thing, like I said. Not something I do every time, but maybe for a special occasion. Well, okay, you looking at me, Armen. I mean, like a fan. I don't mean Armen. Okay, for me that's a tough. But for all those things,
what would you do?
I expect it to be a little more. I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
Well, I don't know that I could.
What's
see
a
it being
ticket?
anymore.
What's a front row ticket now? Worth?
I mean, it's probably face value $125, $140.
All right, so you're doubling that for the.
You're going to drink $100 worth of drinks or eat $100 worth of food.
I don't think that's hard to do.
Try
at a certain point. That's let's do 3 beers. Is what, $40?
Yeah, $50.
$50, and you can probably eat this. A good amount of food. You get a mixed drink. Maybe.
3 burgers, 3 hot dogs, grab some nads. I mean, no, and Armen, I'm with you though. Like, if you're there, you're going to load up. You're going to try it.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing Armen Saryan sitting back.
Not me. I get it.
As we get ready. No, not you. Because this is how this goes. This is how this would happen, Drew.
Yeah.
As Armen Saryan is sitting there on August 6th, opening up that sweet birthday card that is 6th, right? Or 7th?
My birthday is August 7th. I didn't want to be a jerk.
August 7th, he's sitting there open. Yeah. August 6th, because you have to work on August 7th, all right? It's a Packers preseason game. Yeah. You're not going to be at home, so we're going to open gifts on the day before. And he opens that sweet 45th birthday card. Young Lena's looking up at him. She drew a beautiful picture in there.
Sure.
And all of a sudden, he opens it up, and Laura has 4 tickets to the Trust Club.
Woo!
Oh, cool.
And what's the first reaction Armen Saryan's going to have?
What did this cost? I could sell this. What did this cost?
What
can we do with this? I could have sold it.
Are you sure, honey? Dude, this is it's a special occasion.
Well, yeah.
We're going to do it one time. It's a special occasion. It's your 45th birthday. You're only turning 45 once, Armen.
The Trust Club will be they part of it. It's outside generally and kind of facing the other, the outside of the stadium. But Marty Ronsky said it's a 60-second walk to the seats.
Oh, it's quick, yeah.
But to be able to have the multi-level and outside facing, they made the choice that better that than underneath. So
I'm 1,000% with her on that. Like,
it's gonna be cool
to give it a little bit more. It's absolutely going to be a different addition to it. And this is a nice in between, Drew, of like, I really like the idea of the ballpark village. I don't know where they thought they were going to put that, right? Or if they would be able to.
Yeah.
This is how you start finding different ways of come to the ballpark during the off days. That kids area in the outfield is going to be live, I would assume, on Wednesdays. And
it's going to be like a little performance stage for bands and stuff like that. And it's going to be cool.
They have to find ways to do this. The Brewers are in a tough spot.
They also can have viewing parties at the ballpark for the playoffs instead of going to the Deer District.
Exactly. What the Bucks did. I mean, the thing is, if the Brewers are in a weird situation, sometimes they'll win because if they don't find a way to make money and try and keep up with the Joneses and try and stay competitive, fans will complain they're just taking a bite of the apple and going cheap. But if they try and find a way to make money, everyone's going to say, well, they don't care about fans. So it's a tough kind of balance. The Brewers have to strike.
You go to Fiserv, they have VIP areas, and not everybody's allowed into. They have them in Madison at the Camp Randall. They have it's a state of the art. It's like it's the super in. Now, my concern is at some point, whether it's this coming winter or in the very near future, they're going to move the press box.
Oh, that's for sure.
They're going to take what is the current press box is going to be like a VIP area And
they'll
stick the media down one of the lines because that's what they're doing at most ballparks.
Yeah, when they said that it was going to be sweet baseball offices up there in the right field corner, I was like, that looks like great baseball offices. Also looks like a beautiful new press box.
That's actually offices, but that existing, there's like what used to be the Gale Club. There's on the right field line.
Sure.
There's an area that might end up being our press box.
I was going to say, a club level could be a lot worse though with that air.
I got to read this. You know, like Eddie and Styles, hold on. They're taking away the area where the smokers rip cigs.
Eddie, seriously, they took away the vape section. Like, I mean, that first baseline smokers section is live.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. When we come back, our Happy Place Hemp Wake and Bake story of the day.
Not going to be waking and baking in there.
Our friends from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin as well, orthowisconsin.com. The best care you can find anywhere if you have a sports injury or one of your athletes in your family, when a student athlete has an injury, go to the best, orthowisconsin.com. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and the happyplacehemp.com Wake and Bake story will close us out on a Tuesday. You're in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Drew, Billy, and Armen bringing it to you. Closing ceremonies have arrived, the Tuesday edition. The band's back together. The show today went very quickly as we did a little buying and selling, talked about the Brewers and the epic game last night. Game 2 this evening, 9 o'clock again.
9 o'clock tonight. That's a tough one.
Stanley Cup final night. We spent some time talking about Game 3 of the NBA Finals as well. Time for our Wake and Bake story brought to us by happyplacehemp.com. But first, we got to prime the pump. 877-794-1973, NicoleLaw.com talk and text line. You can call right now to win some Summerfest passes with upfront wristbands to see one of the hottest acts in country music and Hunter Baumgart's favorite performer, Russell Dickerson.
Come on, you can take a Blue
That
Tacoma.
show is,
this is a pair. Yeah.
July 27th. This is a pair?
This is a pair. Just
Yeah.
two.
Okay,
yeah.
we have 2.
Yeah.
All right, so 2 general admission tickets and the wristbands up front for Russell Dickerson, 877-794-1973.
Now, you're the music guy too, Drew. You've said a couple of times now that BMO Pavilion is the one that Stately Olson Manor can catch.
Yeah,
the
I can hear the show.
Stylings too.
I'll probably be down there hanging around.
It
but
sounds good there,
Sounds
right?
good.
Like that.
Yeah,
that
it's a
pavilion, that is next level.
It's a good sound. and
Really
it's,
good stuff.
Yeah,
That's where you can watch that Blue Tacoma, California.
and you can stand on the kind of the plaza in the shadow of the amphitheater and see on the screens and stuff. So it's a pretty good setup, and it's the best view of the stage. You can see through it and see the lake and stuff. See
Couldn't
boats
agree
go
more.
by. It looks like a backdrop screen.
Is that where we saw JoJo?
That's where we saw JoJo. Yes.
Holy cow!
That's hard to forget.
So,
well, I'm
think
just
about it
saying.
often.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think about that scene often.
Yeah.
That
She
was
great.
that was impressive from her.
Yeah.
Go and enjoy this one because that's going to be a show that you're not going to want to miss. Now, sadly, you're not going to see JoJo,
But you'll see Russell Dickerson. Was really good. Really good.
which for some might be their version of JoJo.
That's a good point.
Could be.
Be their version of JoJo.
Could be.
JoJo was very.
All right. So caller number 5 at 877-794-1973 is going to win a pair of tickets to Summerfest and Russell Dickerson wristbands. You don't have to use the wristbands. Don't get you into the festival. They get you up front for Russell Dickerson's show, which is cool. But the 2 general admission tickets, you can use at any time, but you need tickets to get in. So you should probably use
Good
them
call.
as a bundle.
Yes.
Just FYI. Billy, what do we got for a Wake and Bake story? Brought to us by happyplacehemp.com. Love Rob and Chris. They make the best CBD products anywhere. Get them with a 25% discount at happyplacehemp.com. Use the code HUDDLE.
Well, the Wake and Bake story also used to be formerly known as What Are You High? Well, they were high on elevation yesterday with 11 bombs. Drew, this one comes from my young friend Ben from Arrowhead University. Said, not sure you guys covered this or not in that Brewers game where they had 11 home runs. Well, there were only 21 homers hit last night in the MLB. Over half of them at the Little League Park, AAA Park, that they played out in Las Vegas at. And if you're out in Las Vegas, get yourself ready because it might be a long night. Don't get any reservations for 11 p.m. for dinner because you might need to cancel those things. It's going to be a late night again.
Love it. Love it. Thanks for listening. We will do it again 5 a.m. tomorrow. We'll be groggy from watching the Brewers. See you at 5.
See you at 5 a.m. club. Peace.